Now launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
If you're going to drink the pop, at least recycle the can. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you lost me now.
All right.
I think I'm back on anti-cannibalism. I dipped my toe in to Lake Winnipeg cannibalism, and now I'm back out. I'm out.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole. I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing.
It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
Bah! Bah!
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
The band is back together.
Oh, yeah.
Teddy, I got a good feeling about this show today, buddy.
Yes.
This could be.
It could be.
Could be. We know it's Yikes Monday.
I got to tell you, I missed you guys last week. I missed you the week before when I was gone and you were here. I had a great time with Timmy Hall last week. Jen Winters popped on quite a few times. Tyvis was in here. We had some fun shows, but it is great to have the band back together.
Now we're back. Our first order of business, we're going to do it in about 20 minutes. We're going to have a show meeting. Now, normally we have these behind the scenes all the time. But Bone and I figured, you guys are part of the show.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the YouTube chat or texting the burner phone or just listening on the podcast a couple days later. So we're going to have the meeting on the air and include you guys. That's all.
I like it.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. It's the transparency you've come to expect from this show. And I think that's the way it should be.
We want to let you in to the sausage factory and show you how things are made.
I don't know if that's is this a sausage factory? Is that what we're calling it?
Yes. Okay. Jason's Beef at 5:34. He loves sausage.
Beef sausage.
Crew beat LAFC 3-1 to win the league's cup last night. I was watching it on my television. First half, very dominant, controlling the ball, scored right before half. Cucho doing his thing as he always does. No one heads like Cucho.
Yeah, man.
He's Mr. Head.
Well, he's like 5'9". So the fact that he's so good with the ball at his feet and then he can get in the air and do that's not fair. That's why you paid him $10 million to come here. He is worth every penny and then some.
Twellman was talking about him on the broadcast last night, saying that he's number 9? He's the best number 9 in North America.
Well, the 9 is like the number whatever number a guy wears, they call someone a number 9 if they play a certain forward position, like the top of the formation. But he is so good at being the guy who can come back to midfield and then make a play. He had so many passes last night where I'm sitting there going, no one on the field is making this pass but him, including midfielders, who that's kind of like more of their job. Usually your forwards are not the ones that make these tremendous passes, but he did everything. In big games, I dare say, I don't know if, and I'm not trying to, I'm wearing a Crew shirt today. My guys at Supporter Supply, they're making shirts for this stuff. I'm biased for the Crew. I understand that. But I'm trying to think of the big game performers we have had in this city. He's got to be top 2 or 3 ever in any sport we've had here, right? I feel like we have had some guys who have shown up in big moments for this city, be that for Ohio State. Jackets have had,
What are those big moments?
Rick Nash, I guess, was kind of that guy.
No, Rick was good, but
you could rely on him.
He didn't have
big games,
big moments.
Yeah,
he made the playoffs once during his time here, and they were ceremoniously swept away.
Well, I didn't mean to compare the Jackets and the Crew, but what I'm saying is, can you think of players that showed up that big in huge games? Probably for Ohio State football is the only thing we can really compare it to.
No, I mean, that 3-game stretch with Cardale.
That's right. Yeah, but that was 3 games.
3 games.
I mean, this has been multiple seasons of Cucho where he just doesn't matter who they're playing, doesn't matter what they're doing. And I loved right after the game, Cucho Hernandez, they were asking him something and he said, well, we're just used to this. We got another final in a month.
Yeah.
Because they're playing in a Campeones Cup where they play the best team in Mexico because we don't have enough of these, right? I mean, I'll take all the trophies you can get, But they're playing a one-off game against the champions of Mexico, and then whoever wins that gets a trophy.
And by the way, you're still in the middle of your Major League Soccer season.
Yeah, they're still in a very good spot. They're in the playoffs. I mean, they have more season to go. They could obviously lose a bunch of games and then not be in the playoffs, but the way they're playing right now, they have to be one of the favorites to hoist MLS Cup again.
Yeah, but I was talking to Kristen because she was watching the game with me and said, do you think when these guys go out, they're recognized? And I said, soccer players generally, probably not. I'm sure if you're a diehard fan, you would recognize them.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I think Cucho has reached the level. First of all, he's a smaller Colombian guy with neck tattoos and platinum hair. Right. So he probably sticks out. But even if he didn't have those telltale features, I think he's become that legendary status type of guy where if you saw, even if a casual sports fan saw him walking around Easton, you'd say, that's Cucho.
Yeah.
He plays for the Crew.
Oh, yeah. They're guys like him, superstar level players, there's just an aura about them, right? When they're walking around town or when you just see him walk in a building, because even if you don't know anything about soccer or you don't know anything about the sport, you may not even know you may not follow sports, but you would see that guy walk in and you would see a bunch of people's heads turn and they would start whispering things and you would go, that guy must be famous or important or something. He's reached that level where if you don't know who he is, everyone else around you probably does, and you'll figure out very quickly who he is.
Second half a little dicey, but they came out in the end. 2 late goals. Crowd was going nuts. I love how that Russell Rowe goal, the last goal
Jason
tonight?
Russell Rowe, yeah.
So the smoke is still in the air from the previous goal, from that Cucho scored.
Yeah.
Where it looked like it came out of nowhere. It surprised everybody, including the goalkeeper, who just crapped his pants and couldn't get to it.
By the way, that goalkeeper is Hugo Lloris, who has played in multiple World Cups and won championships. Right. I mean, the guys they have on the field for LAFC, they've got all the money guys, the big name guys. The Crew have some guys they paid money to, but not as famous around the world as some of the players on LAFC.
Well, and I think Twellman did a good job of explaining that goal, too, because he was a former goaltender where he's like, you can't see that ball.
Well, he's a former goal scorer. He's
goal scorer, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
you can't see that ball.
Yeah.
And that's why the reaction's like that.
Yeah, he scored a lot of goals. So he knows how to beat a keeper. And the praise that I saw Bradley Wright Phillips, Sean Wright Phillips, their dad is famous, they're famous soccer players. These guys all played professionally all over the world. He was on the MLS broadcast afterwards and basically said, Cucho Hernandez is a guy who plays like he is about to be cut tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he has no reason to play that way. And he plays that way in every game. This could be a midweek game. This could be a final game. Doesn't matter. He plays that hard every time. And then they just went on gushing about the Crew, Wilfried Nancy. Nancy pulled our starting goalkeeper, Patrick Schulte, who had...
And there was no injury. There was nothing.
No. Nothing. This was... Nico Hagen started this tournament because Patrick Schulte was on Olympic duty. And he said, hey, buddy, you started this. You're going to end it tonight. You're going to be out there when we win this thing. That is a bold move. And I was watching the pregame. They were ripping Wilfried Nancy for it. They were like, I'm not sure this is a good idea. I don't know what he's doing. To the point, I think it was Sasha Kleshin who was on this broadcast, said, if I was a player, I'd be mad at him. Why don't we have our best goalkeeper going out there? I don't understand this. And then after the game, they're all like, Wilfried Nancy, the smartest man who's ever lived. They came around because it works. This guy, I'm telling you, soccer people look at him sometimes and go, I don't know why he's doing it this way. And then they go out and do it. He said last night, I knew I would be a coach. I didn't know if I was an artist, but I think my art speaks for itself. Something to that effect. And it was like, this guy is a poet. This guy is an artist. He's winning games. These are the good old days, folks. These are the days, 20 years from now, Crew fans are going to be saying, remember when we had Cucho, Diego Rossi? Remember that? Remember that whole thing we had? We got some, there going to be good memories going forward, but sometimes you don't realize when you're in the good old days. We are now in the good old days. That is the thing we are all experiencing right now. And it is quite a cool thing if you're a Crew fan, or even if you're not, if you're just a fan of sports and winning in Columbus.
It's fun, man. I watched the whole thing last night. It's fun.
How about that trophy celebration?
How about it?
Don Garber.
My guy.
Hates Columbus. Keeps coming back here and giving us trophies. Must suck for him.
No, he hates it, man. He hates it.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. We hate him.
That's exactly right. And you know what? I hope we win Leagues Cup every year because it's a dumb tournament, but it's one that Don Garber loves. So I hope we win it every year just to spite him.
Well, the players like it too because they get extra money, right?
Yes, they get extra. Yeah, it's all that. And it is involving all the teams in the U.S. and Mexico from the first divisions, MLS and Liga MX.
Even though we didn't see any of the Mexican teams.
Well, they didn't get to us.
I know. And we didn't have to leave the comfort of our own home. Yeah. Even better.
Hey, the last I checked, the Crew have been in 3 finals in the last 8 months. And as long as they didn't get food poisoning, they've won them. So maybe if they would have not gotten food poisoning, maybe if Pachuca hadn't tainted the food, maybe we would be 3 for 3 in the tournaments and in the trophy section there.
We had college football this past weekend. Stop me if you've heard this before, but there was a lot of preseason hype on Florida State, and then they promptly go out and poo themselves. So they lose to Georgia Tech in Ireland because we're doing that every single year. Whatever. Let them live.
Yeah.
Look, I know that some people are saying, hey, it's 12-team playoff. They're not out of it. And they're not, right? Because you look at the ACC and the rest of the conference, I don't think is very good. You've got a couple good teams at the top, and then the rest is crap. There is a chance, probably a good chance, that Florida State goes out there and maybe loses one more game and then is playing the first round of the playoffs. But this is exactly the problem with that, is that we can just look at that loss now and toss it away. Yeah. And say it's either a problem or it's great, depending on who you talk to.
I think it's just different, right? Like when we watch the NFL, if a team loses week 1, we don't go, well, there they go, no playoffs for them. We've learned to know that the NFL season is 17 weeks now, and that you can lose 2 or 3 games early in the season and still come back from it. Maybe not in a row, but if you're 3-3 by the time you get to the middle of October, does that mean that your playoff hopes are dead? No. Does it mean you can't win a Super Bowl? No. It means it's going to be difficult for us to see it, but it can still happen. We don't have that barometer set for college football. We are used to 1 or 2 losses to decent teams. That's probably enough to knock you out of the playoffs, unless you're in the SEC or Alabama, I guess, then that allows.
Here's the problem, though.
It's different. It's a different barometer for us.
It is different, but in the NFL, we don't say that after one loss because we also know that the schedule is much more competitive.
Yeah.
You have big games pretty much every single week. You're not going to have a 40-point spread.
You're right. That's very fair.
Now you take one of the few important games that Florida State does have. You've lost that. And now I haven't looked at their schedule, but when's the next time they play an important game? They could have bum teams on the schedule for the next 2 months before they get to another one.
Well, theoretically, Georgia Tech was not necessarily supposed to be one of the great teams they're playing.
No, but
I know what your point is.
It's still opening day. You're in overseas. Yeah. There's other intangibles there.
Here's the reality for Florida State. If they go undefeated or lose maybe one other game the rest of the way out, they're going to have a very good shot at making the college football playoffs. So this game,
they will automatically because of where they'll fall in that conference.
Well, if they're undefeated, you're right. Like if this is their only loss, right. I'm saying if they lose another one, they do play like Clemson and Miami, obviously Notre Dame. These are not going to be easy games, but that game, their bigger problem should be they had trouble running the football. DJ Uiagalelei does not necessarily look like the answer at quarterback. Those are the things they should be concerned about because they've got a lot of hopes pinned on that.
We are going to have a show meeting to discuss the future, and you're all invited. Coming up next, Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
On westbound US 33, an accident has got the right lane blocked off between Post Road and US 42. Right now in that area, looking at about 30 minutes worth of delays. This report is sponsored by True Green. If you want a great looking lawn next spring, now is the perfect time to get started. And nobody makes it easier or more affordable to get a green, healthy lawn than True Green. Sign up today for an annual plan and get 50% off one application. Visit TrueGreen.com today. Restrictions apply. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone. So it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that. Which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com to get started. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What?
Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half.
I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks dough, Skrilla chips, bread and mo. 2, 5, 10, and 20, 30 big ones, games aplenty. Cheddar, butter, loot and scratch, find the letters, make the match, cause there's many words for cash, no doubt, many ways to play cash word. Check 'em out. Cash word from Ohio Lottery. It's game time, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions in prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal, and a law enforcement officer can tell if you're driving high. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are clear and sunny. Temperatures climbing fast. Going to be a hot afternoon with a high of 95, feeling more like 96 to 97 degrees here in the metro. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on the Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
I don't mean to be that guy, but if the high temperature is 95, you don't have to tell me it's going to feel more like 96 or 97.
Oh, is that
okay?
I think that is true.
However, I know that's ass hot outside. I got it. swamp-ass hot.
But yes, for me, the opposite would be true. If it's like, hey, guys, it's 20 out for the high, but it's going to feel like 17, I'm going to say, that's cold. That's too cold for me.
20's also cold.
Yeah, I know.
3 degrees is going to make it or break it for you?
You're saying like a wind chill needs to be negative, like a wind chill.
Yeah.
Or a heat index needs to be like positive 10 or something.
If there's like a plus or minus 10 degree difference, then that's worth a mention.
By the way, I don't know what happened last week, but when you were gone.
Oh, I was running around naked, buddy.
Oh, I wish I would have seen it. Although it would have looked like you running around with wool pants on. So Scotland. I have seen that. Last week, Jen was on doing a game show, and I mentioned something about, the weather. And I can't remember what I said. I said something about forecasting and the weather, and she was like, oh, be careful. And watch out for the weather people. They get mad about stuff. And I said, they haven't come talk to me. What am I saying? I just
what
said
did
something.
You say?
I don't even remember, but it was something along the lines of like, I think it was because I was saying that like Tyvis could just give us the weather if he wants to. He could just look it up on his phone real quick and say it. Something to that effect. And she was like, I don't want to say that. The weather people will get mad. I said, I'm sorry. I was just pointing out that he has his phone right there. You just tell us what it says. I didn't say he's a meteorologist with a degree. I just said he could look it up. That's all. Apparently that got me. That could have got me in trouble. I don't know. So just be careful with
Jerry March is going to wait for you after the show.
Oh, Jerry's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy till he chops you up.
I saw Jerry on Friday. He was very nice. Good guy. Penn State guy, but a good guy.
Sounds like an episode of Dateline. They were friendly until they weren't. Now T-Bone's dead. And yet another weatherman.
Yeah.
In jail. All right, let's have a show meeting, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
We normally have this stuff off the air, but we figured, what the hell? You guys are all family. We're here to try our best to satisfy you. That's what I said to my wife, and she laughed at me. You're probably laughing at me too, but we have a meeting every single time the football season's about to start, and breaking news. This is game week.
Yeah, we're here.
And so I figured we should talk about what the show's going to sound like for the next few months. So here's my question. Teddy, are you live? Put your headphones on. Pretend like you're here.
Are you alive?
Looking live.
All right. So here's my question.
Musburger.
We have this discussion every single year. Do we want to, on game weeks, like we're playing Akron this week, 15 years ago doing sports radio, you would have the guy from Akron, like somebody to break down Akron and what you're about to see. Do we want to do that this year, or do we do what we normally do, which is ignore Akron completely?
I mean,
you know what I want to do.
Look, I like who we talk to as it is. I like that we talk, we talk football with Adam Rittenberg every week. We talk around the Big Ten. I think we get that itch scratched or itched, as your wife likes to say.
Mm-hmm. Will you itch my itch? No, I can scratch your itch.
Right. So I think that's fine. I don't need to hear from someone from like the small school that we're going to play or the big state school or whatever, unless it's a huge game. But even then, why do I want to hear Michigan week? Do I want to hear from John U. Bacon, me personally? No. If other shows do that, that's fine. That's never been our lane. I don't feel like that's where we do our best work.
I agree.
I feel like our lane is Michigan poo. And then that's like our analysis of how we feel about them on that week. And then we'll talk about the games ourselves, but I don't think we need someone on.
Teddy, do you disagree?
I feel there's probably like one or two people in Akron that cover the team that can have any knowledge on that, and the other shows will take those people, so we don't need to add to that.
We let them do it.
Yeah, what we should do maybe we would come up with a creative way to talk about the city of Akron or something up in that area, just to have some fun with it and say, hey, get to know Akron. Here's some facts about this or something that, that.
Facts about Akron.
Something like that.
My sister lives there. That's a fact.
You could talk about Cuyahoga Falls. That's right there by Akron, isn't it? Right next door. Lovely little town.
First time I had Swenson's up in Akron.
Did we mention?
I buried a body in Akron once.
Did we mention LeBron James from Akron?
That's right.
I mean,
I think people are aware of that.
Well, but we just need to remind people that's all part of Akron Week.
A lot of rubber.
I was going to say rubber.
Yeah, Goodyear
tires. Firestone.
Goodyear.
I thought we were doing the thing where we finish a sentence where you say a word, then I say a word. Goodyear tires are in Akron. That's where we're going.
That's Akron.
Okay, we got
That's Akron in a nutshell. All right, so no guests.
No, we don't need to. We don't need to preview. No.
Okay, here's my next question.
Okay.
Are we working Monday on Labor Day? Because it's a federal holiday.
So, I mean, I have it off technically.
We all have it off, but it is the first Monday after the first game of the season. Is there an expectation that people are going to turn the radio on and expect to hear us?
Yeah, there probably is. I mean, I
mean, look, I'd love to stay at home and just sleep all day on the couch.
But what I like doing this. I like talking football. I always have to remind myself that this is where we are. That like the day after like Monday, we're going to want to talk about what happened with college football. We're going to want to just dive right into that. That is Labor Day, and a lot of people won't necessarily be working, but they might be listening to their radios or watching us on Fan TV or checking out the podcast. So you're right. We probably should be here doing it.
It's a good opportunity.
I hadn't thought of that.
For us to be introduced maybe to the younger generation.
How
right?
so?
Because all these psychos who watch us on YouTube, they maybe have the day off and they're at home.
Sure.
Their kids also, because it's Labor Day, have the day off. So maybe you sit down with the kiddos and say, let me tell you, this is how you do a radio show. We're going to watch Common Man and T-Bone.
They're going to say, what's that? What's a radio?
Say, it's this. Let's jump in the chat together. Maybe it's a good father-son bonding activity.
Oh, man, you just made me realize there's going to be people who watch our show and like, yeah, man, you're my favorite YouTuber. And it's like, we're not technically, I mean, I guess you're a YouTuber. You have a live stream you do once in a while. But
I think we should work on Monday, unless you have plans.
No, that's fine.
Teddy, are you working Monday?
Sounds great.
I was going to go to a celebration of organized labor, but I guess I can skip it.
Well, we could do that here, too.
We're not organized labor. We're just labor.
Back in the day, radio people had to be
but we're
organized.
Not.
There was a
not
radio
now.
union.
Yeah, we're not anymore.
All right.
We're radio free-for-all.
We have other topics on the agenda. We will get to them coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Northbound 71 at 11th Avenue left 2 lanes blocked off due to an accident. Right now, through there, traffic backed up from 670, showing delays of about 10 minutes at this time. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com. Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the Fans Contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
You want Jersey Mike's signature sub, you get a number 13 original Italian. You want a dramatic radio idea? You get me. Like this. I'm the 7th-string quarterback and the other 6 quarterbacks go down. The coach yells, DeVito, you're in. The crowd is worried until I throw a touchdown. But the other team is celebrating. Apparently, I threw the Jersey Mike's number 13 original Italian I was eating on the sidelines. Whoops. The number 13 original Italian, Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Ooh, it's NFL time. My nipples are so hard right now. Anyway, the Ravens battled the Chiefs from Arrowhead Thursday, September 5th.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, The Fan.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Consider yourself a bourbon connoisseur? At Twin Peaks, we are proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some incredibly rare bourbons, whiskeys, and tequilas. Plus, check out our barrel selects that are handpicked by our team and bottled just for you. Cheers!
Hey, it's Anthony here from my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Rich is rolling out all of his new Hondas at 2.9% up to 60 months. Just not including the Civic Si and Civic Type R, but all the other awesome new Hondas, 2.9%. You love certified? He has the dream deal. 0.99% APR for 36 months on the 23s and 24s, Civics, HRVs, CRVs, pilots, and passports. When you think Honda, you have to visit Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The show that will tickle you stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. T-Bone's going to sell you something.
Well, Mike, you know what they say? Rome wasn't built in a day, but your roof can be, right? I mean, I don't know if they say that about Rome anymore, but they definitely say it about roofs.
I think it's roof can be. I think it's Marcus can be.
No, hang on. We're off track.
Oh.
Able Roof can build your roof, can redo your roof in a day. 24-hour turnaround on most jobs. Good for a lifetime after just one day of work. Plus, a #1 roofing company in Columbus for 22 years in a row from Consumer Choice Awards. That's consumers like you and me voting at #1. Not some hoity-toity ad agency putting that out there. This is the real deal. You can also get no payments, no interest for through 2026, and up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, and windows from Able Roof. If you call them right now, 614-444-ROOF. That's 614-444-ROOF for my guys and gals at Able Roof.
We are in the middle of a show meeting. We've decided to have it on the air and involve you guys in it. Just how we want to handle the football season. How much do we want to get in the weeds with football? Look, Mondays is going to be more football heavy. Just the way it goes.
Sure.
We'll still do. Should we still do Wild Card Wednesday?
I mean, I want to. I think.
Yes, but is that...
Yeah, I know this. Like, here's the thing, because I like doing the goofy stuff, the fun stuff, the nonsensical stuff that we pride ourselves on. But I also know that if we're in the middle of a football season and some gigantic news breaks about football, rightfully so, people are going to expect us to have our thoughts, and we will have thoughts and opinions on that. And if that happens to be on a Wednesday, like let's say something happens, we find out some injury news about Ohio State, and it is impacting the season. Shouldn't we would talk about it, but If we're doing Wild Card Wednesday, will we feel the need to go, all right, well, anyway, PB no worky, and then just like move on from that? I don't know.
Yeah, we're definitely still doing, I think, Wild Card Wednesday. Okay. But like Bone said, if there's something that comes up, that's the beauty of Wild Card Wednesday, because we can shift from being goofy or into sports because it's open.
Shift. We can shift gears. Like shifting a gear, right, Teddy? Yeah. First
like
to second.
Adam Rittenberg's car.
Throw it in reverse, Terry, right? You can do that. You can shift.
All right, so we're going to do it?
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, pop in the YouTube chat, too, and tell us what you think about all this crap. Because we're here to serve you, right? We're here. We have two masters to serve here. You, the listener, and apparently Coors Light now.
Man,
if you're watching on the YouTube.
Well, you just walked into this. Last week, I came in one day, and it was like there were buckets and cases of Coors Light. I noticed you got a case of Coors Light.
I'm doing...
You weren't here last week.
I'm doing the endorsement with them.
Oh, must be nice.
I'm also getting a Coors Light tracksuit made for me.
Good for you.
Yes.
That's very nice.
So I've been told I can have as much beer as I want.
Oh, good.
So that's good.
Did I get any? Can I get a little bit of that beer?
It's me and Timmy.
Oh.
Yeah, Timmy's got the deal too.
But boy, we can miss a lot.
It's the two of us.
When they do that, the week I was off, they just said, hey, you two are here. Here you go. Great. Thanks.
You can have some of my beer.
That's all right. It's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm not hurt. It's okay. I'm fine. Totally fine.
Are these real beers in here?
Yeah.
Oh, you lying bastard.
They're not? What do you mean? They have to be real. Get the.
No, they are real.
They're real.
They are real. I'm
look
sorry.
Look, Teddy, did you see him trying to do a flex on his strength where he was like, these aren't even real. They feel like air. Oh, wait, they are full. I guess I'm so strong.
Nice.
Man. Free beer. You got muscles now.
What's the name of the segment that we do Thursdays?
What do you mean?
I forget all the time. Where you break down the big games. What the hell is that?
That's Sunday. Or Sunday, that's Friday. I'm sorry, I can't even say Friday.
Yeah,
Friday,
that's
Saturday Showcase.
Saturday Showcase. Still doing that?
Saturday Showcase on Thursdays, but it's actually a Friday segment about Saturday.
All right, listen.
On Sundays, Teddy.
Can I tell you something? What happens during the off season? My brain melts.
I know.
I forget about all of this stuff.
I don't know what people think of that segment. It does take me a little bit of time to put together, but I like doing it. If people enjoy it.
Here's why I like it.
But it's so different than anything we do.
I know, but here's why I like it. It's a little taste of what we could do if we set our mind to it.
That's fair.
You know, you're actually giving clever analysis and insight to these games, and then I pop on at the end and tell you the cheapest resale ticket.
I know why you like it is because I do the majority of the segment. And
I get it. The two of us going to banter about it?
No, you're right.
We tried that. The first year we tried it. It was stupid.
It was. It was like watching bad community theater.
So then we said one of us has to take the reins on this.
And that's fine.
That one of us was you.
I'm happy to do it.
We can make Ted do it this year.
No. I'm fine
to do it. What are you shaking your head for?
No, nobody wants that.
You said you want a bigger role on the microphone this year. That could be your role.
That's right.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, Teddy.
I'll take it over.
I remember that power play. We were in that meeting with Fish, and you were just holding us all.
Why do I get to talk more?
We were like, Ted, unlock the door. Let us out. We'll talk. Just open the door.
Just throwing stuff around. Yeah.
Maybe we can have the Queen break down the big games.
We could.
Nothing funny about it. She's just there with analysis.
I do think it would be great.
Let me tell you.
You in the wig for like 10 minutes straight, just being like, and then do DJ Uyangalele.
Well, then they're waiting for the joke. Joke never comes.
No, that's the joke. That's Andy Kaufman level humor right there. No, that's fine. We'll keep Saturday Showcase. We'll keep it in.
All right. What do the people say in the chat?
NFL picks coming back. That's one of the questions from Amish, who asked if we're doing that. We still do that, don't we?
Yes.
We're still planning to do it.
With a caller?
Yeah, the caller. And the caller always wins because you gave into that a couple years ago. You're like, we should have everybody win. And I'm like,
hold on. I'm the one who said,
it's T-Bone.
if you called in, I think that's the winner because you got through. And then if you beat us with the picks, by the way, they almost always do.
It's close. It's 50-50.
All right. I'm just saying, I feel like getting in that's the prize.
It is, because that's kind of a contest because we only have like the 10 lines here, and there's probably like, 1 million or 2 million people that call in. So if you're one of those people, we should give you $50, I think.
Full disclosure, you know why I first pushed for that? This is real. Is because promotions came to us one day and they were like, hey, you guys are losing a little too much. We don't know if we have enough gift cards. And I was like, well, you should have a gift card for every week.
We should have it every week.
Because this is a prize for the listeners. They're like, well, yeah, but we thought you guys were smarter than this. And I was like, well, that's your first problem. But second of all, why not give the listeners something that is awesome? So now that's why I pushed and said, we need one every week, so they have to give it out every week. But if we want to amend that, we can.
All right,
it was more for frustration with promotion.
NFL picks coming back. Here's the next topic. Should we have on like a weekly Buckeye expert? I usually don't like to do this because what is the guest going to tell us that we don't already know?
Right.
But do we feel like this show is missing some sort of authoritative voice?
I mean, obviously it is, because we're not authorities on anything.
You know what I mean.
But when it comes to the Buckeyes, I feel like if we're authoritative on anything, or if we have too much to say about any one sports topic, that's probably where we are. Both you and I could go for hours on anything Ohio State. So, no, we're not at practice. No, we're not behind the scenes. But I do find, and this is nothing against those guys, they have a job to do, guys and gals who cover the team. Are they going to come on our show and be like, hey, I got to tell you, Ryan Day is just, it's running down his leg this week. He is super scared of this game going to Oregon. No, they're not going to say that because they've got to go get access.
Yeah.
I mean, they have, so I don't know that we're going to get anything extra from that.
No,
from
the one guy I was thinking about who, has a presence on this show anyway, but what if we talk to Tyvis once a week, which we do anyway.
That's fine.
In an unofficial capacity, but what if he just came on and talked about the state of the team and the game that we just saw and the game we're about to see?
That I'm fine with. I love hearing from players about the mindset, the mentality, some of the stuff.
Well, I like hearing from players that aren't going to BS you.
Well, that's
and Tyvis is not going to BS
right.
you.
Yeah. And like the other guy that I've worked with here, there's lots of guys who do a good job of that, but the guys who aren't currently on a show permanently at this station, former players that I've worked with, Schlegel was like that too, but he is every week he's on Morning Juice. So that's, I wouldn't want to take them from, I want to take them from them.
Yeah, I was the one person I thought of too was Tyvis. I mean, he does I think a weekly hit with Rothman and Ice, though, I believe, right? So
also Tyvis does like fairly regularly host the Buckeye show. I mean, we should mention that he is on the Buckeye show,
and he's like hosting half the other shows half the time.
Yeah,
too.
true enough.
So is that too much Tyvis?
I don't. That would
there's no
maybe,
such thing.
Yeah, there's never too much
He
Tyvis.
has suggested like a coach like Laurinaitis. Well, he's not going to say. I like James. He's not going to say anything.
We'd love to do that, but also, yeah, I mean, I don't want to put him in a spot. Because he would probably give us more than he should. And, I mean, if he would do that, then I would take it. But I think he's going to be too busy during the season, right?
Yeah, but even if he does it, would he share anything with us? Would he say, I got to tell you, we're really nervous about... No, he's not going to say that.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. I mean...
No, that's his profession now.
They pay his check. That's what... Yeah. All right. This is... If you wonder, are we doing this for the... This is how it always goes back in the office. It's like, well, we could do this. No. We could do that. No. And that's why we end up doing the same things.
Like Lachey?
I wouldn't mind talking to Jim. Every time I see Jim Lachey, I get a smile on my face. He's a great dude.
Here's the other problem, though, is that for guests like Jimmy, would it be inappropriate to say, and I'm not saying we're going to do it with him, but I'd like to do all these, whoever we have come in the studio. I don't want to do another phoner.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
We do enough phone. Like Rittenberg's on the phone and Stark's on the phone and Rimmer's on the phone. Like, I hate the phoners.
Well, that would be like an easier thing then for Tyvis because there's probably like every, I don't know, Tuesday or Thursday he's here and then we could just have him come in like the 5 o'clock hour and then spend a segment with him, something like that.
Here's a thought, and he's the nicest guy in the world. What if we got Archie Griffin to come in, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner, 50th anniversary of that.
Yeah.
He's got statues now in 2 places, one outside the shoe and one at the Rose Bowl. They're going to put one up at the shoe. But Archie, the deal is when he comes in, it's Archie going like full Ric Flair, NWO.
All right, who's going to tell him to do that?
No, I'm just saying, if I would love to have him in.
All right, Bone, we'll put you on that project. You handle that.
This is brainstorm. No bad ideas in a brainstorm.
No, there's bad ideas. There's plenty of bad ideas.
There.
All right, more bad ideas coming up next. And Ryan Day gets a commitment. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Westbound South Outer Belt, it's an accident on the exit ramp to southbound 71. It's partially blocking. You can still get by there, but do use caution there. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school, including tech. Right now, get up to $300 off select PCs at Staples, plus save even more with the Staples Easy Rewards program. Offer ends 8/31. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just a slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies. Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters ASE technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye. Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Wednesday night at 8 on The Fan.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in today's economy, it's your job to anticipate constant market changes. But what do you do in the event of a divorce? Your assets and finances are scrutinized. Years of hard work building a business are on the line. This is not business as usual. You need an experienced partner you can count on for help. We're Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer. And sure, they're interested in a good deal. For them, not for you. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. So don't take chances with a trade-in. Go to WeBuyAnyCar.com for a free online valuation.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the fans contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
It's Ohio's Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Fat and happy. Hey, 1 out of 2 isn't bad. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Monday. This dumb show brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. It is Yikes Monday. It's also Jason's Beef.
Yeah.
At 5:34. We are in the middle of a show meeting. We normally have these off the air like professionals, but today we decided to have it on the air, involve all of you, and ask you what you'd like to hear this show do during the football season, which, by the way, is here because it's game week.
Oh, yeah. We're so back, baby. Ready to go.
I do want to point this out. I was talking to Fish out there in the hallway during the break. We had a little bit of a problem last year when Ohio State lost to Michigan, and I refused to take commercial breaks in the 3 o'clock hour. Because I didn't want to, because I wanted to just keep rolling with the misery, and that led to a little thing. We don't have to rehash it.
I would just say it was quite the day. It was a fun day.
It was quite the day. And I'm saying to Fish on the air, I said it to him off the air, just so we have no surprises. If the Buckeyes lose a game, okay, that could be the Oregon game, that can be the Michigan game again, Penn State, whatever the hell it is. If they lose a game, I am not taking a commercial during the 3 o'clock hour.
Really?
So that's out there. All right. So you can plan accordingly. I mean, I know you felt like I hijacked the show and I didn't let anybody know because I didn't know I was going to do it. I didn't know how I was going to feel. But I'm telling you right now how I'm going to feel in advance. I'm not taking a commercial break in the 3 o'clock hour. So plan accordingly.
Well, you know, in some ways that could be looked at as a statement of confidence in Ryan Day and this team's abilities because they won't let us skip too many commercial breaks around here, last I checked. But you want to tell me you're really bold, go to like West Lafayette and make that prediction. If Purdue loses a game, I'm going to skip a commercial break. It's like, we have the station closed in 3 weeks. It's done. We have no money left.
All right, what else do we have to talk about? What else are we doing?
From a football perspective?
Yeah, from a football perspective.
Can we, I know I keep bringing this up, and I feel like I'm being the wet blanket of this conversation, but we have talked a lot about expectations and Ryan Day, lose to Michigan, goodbye, that's done, you're out of here, hit the road. I feel that way still, but also we live in a world where they could lose to Oregon and Michigan and probably still get in the college football playoff if they're otherwise undefeated.
Okay, but here's my rule. The day after?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to hear that rationalization.
All right.
I don't want to hear that from you.
That's fine.
Or anybody. It's like, well, you know what? Still make the play. I don't care. I want to wallow in my misery for at least one day before we start talking about the possibilities.
You're right. And I think that's where what I'm getting to is the college football playoffs now being 12 teams is going to, I don't have a proper barometer for it. I'm not used to this. Like we talked about earlier, like I don't know what to do with that if we find out that the Buckeyes are in, but they're like the last team in.
You can still be disappointed.
Sure.
You can still be frustrated if they lose a game they're not supposed to lose. Look, as cool as it would be to have a playoff game here at the Shoe, the reality is if we're playing in the first round at the Shoe, we have failed in some way, shape, or form. Because if you do what you're supposed to do, you've got a bye, and you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm already just going through because even as you were talking, I was like, yeah, but if we're a first round playoff game, that could be like if we're playing that and we're hosting it, that would be an interesting thing for the city. But it would be frustrating because we would know then we have a tougher road to get to the
You know what else would be an interesting thing for the city? Winning the games you're supposed to win. And that's all of them.
I agree with you. I agree.
Look, I know we can have that conversation because the game has changed and I'm not going to just shoo it away. But I'm saying show rule. All right, Teddy, I need you to agree to this too. Show rule. The day after a loss, we don't talk about the possibilities that lay ahead for this team.
I'm with you.
We just look at the loss and we set the place on fire.
Yeah, like if they lose to Oregon, I hope not. But if that happens, there will be a lot of people who immediately after that game will post and say, guys, it's fine. This doesn't even matter. Go out and win the rest of your games and you're totally fine. And they're right. But I will feel on the Monday after that game, if that happens, I will be mad. Right. I will be frustrated.
Ryan Day got himself another commit. Maryland 2025 offensive lineman Javon McFadden commits to Ohio State. Class of 2025. He is a 4-star guy, 6'5", 300 pounds. He is the number 25 ranked inside offensive lineman in the class of 2025. I know I was off last week. What the hell happened with that 5-star recruit? I assume they didn't get him?
They did not.
Yeah.
He picked Tennessee. You're talking about the offensive line recruit?
Yes.
They picked Tennessee, and the report came out afterwards that Ohio State offered more money than Tennessee. And in fact, it was so much money, it was more than the combined amount the current OSU offensive line is getting now this year. That's what they offered the one guy from Georgia, I want to say, Teddy. Is that where he was from? That huge 5-star offensive line recruit. Anyway, Tennessee, the argument came back, or the request came back, I guess, from him, is that he wanted some kind of housing situation that Tennessee was willing to provide, but Ohio State was not. Those are reports. Don't know how accurate that is.
Let me ask you another question. We're out of time. I'm going to ask you a question about an Ohio State coach coming up next. Plus, Fat Boy Food Tap, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Northbound 71 at 11th Avenue, an accident has been moved from the lanes off onto the right shoulder. You're still going to see some traffic stop and go in the area from I-70. Right now, seeing about a 40-minute delay. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and 2-pocket poly folders are just 50 cents each. Save even more with the Staples Easy Rewards program. In store only, offer ends 8/31, limit 10. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
CBUS Top Picks Best Credit Union, BMI Federal Credit Union has 47 financial coaches to help you meet your financial needs and goals. Visit bmifcu.org/coach to get started today.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through September 3rd, choose 4.99 APR financing on a new 2024 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid with approved credit through TFS. Excludes RAV4 Prime. Or you can get a great lease deal on RAV4. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken, but when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. It Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. First of a day-night doubleheader in Cleveland. The Guardians fell to Kansas City 4-3 today, snapping a 2-game winning streak. That brings the Royals within 2 games of the Guardians' lead atop the American League Central. Catcher Danny Jansen of the Boston Red Sox made history today, appearing in a doubleheader from a suspended game with Boston. And as they faced Toronto, Jansen was in the game as a member of the Blue Jays when it was suspended back in June. The first player in baseball history to appear in one game for 2 different teams. Off day for both the Cincinnati Reds and Columbus Clippers, and the NFL's Dallas Cowboys and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb have ended their holdout as he agreed on a 4-year, $136 million contract. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
And from every dime a dog night in the Midwest.
Because he's fat.
Here's Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this dumb show. It's available wherever you get your audio. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast is brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling.
For those of you who are just joining us, we had been having a show meeting most of the 3 o'clock hour. We were talking about
the upcoming football season.
Yeah.
What we're going to do.
Different things, ideas, stuff we want to keep doing on the show. And we usually do this behind the scenes. We figured, why not just do it on the air so everybody can hear the process? One thing I forgot to bring up to you, and I feel like it's worth bringing up.
What?
We used to, during football season, take some phone calls. Do you want to go back to taking phone calls, maybe on like a Reaction Monday type of thing where we get people's reaction to stuff?
Do you remember what we just did a couple weeks ago?
I do.
On Wildcard Wednesday where we took phone calls? Do you remember how we instantly regretted it after 5 minutes?
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
So you really want to do this? Are you just saying this to annoy me, or do you really think we should be doing this?
I'm just trying to cover our bases.
There are so many ways we can look. It's not about not talking to the listener or getting their opinions. We got the burner phone, we got the YouTube chat, we got the tweets. You can just yell at us from outside your car. We'll probably hear you. I'm just saying there are so many ways you can interact with us. Why do we want to get into the routine again of not knowing how someone's cell connection is going to sound? Not knowing what type of long-ass, winded opinion they're going to have.
Yeah.
That takes 5 minutes just to get their verbal diarrhea out. Why do you want to do that?
I'm just throwing the question
No,
at
you're not. You're purposely aggravating me is what you're doing. Because I know you don't want to do it. So, you know what? Yes. How about that? I'm going to call you on your bluff.
Wait,
yes. Teddy, get ready, because every Monday we're taking phone calls.
Sounds
First
great.
one, Dick from Dayton. Give him half an hour. You can talk for half an hour.
I worked in Dayton, and that radio station in Dayton said, Dick from here, not allowed to call. Just because Dick from Dayton called everywhere.
Tyvis talks about how on the Browns postgame show, he takes calls from Dick from Dayton all the time.
Still?
Yes. Because he's like, Dick from Dayton's going to call. I don't know when. Hello. Jay Gerson here.
What was an impression?
I don't know. I can't do my Tyvis impersonation. I can do a laugh. That's all I can do.
Just do the laugh. Just do the laugh. Yeah.
No, but he was saying how he was dreading talking to Dick from Dayton on the Browns postgame show. And I said, it's at least good that he's alive and kicking.
Yeah, I'm glad he is too. Because, the last time I heard from him, he used to call our Christian radio station that I worked at 20 years ago. We had a pregame tailgate show because even the Lord loves Ohio State football.
Of course.
But that was really just a way for us to get press passes back in the day. Anyway, we did this show and we would take calls and he would call that show. I think he just knows if there's something going on with the Browns or the Buckeyes and involves football, he's going to call. My guy, Dick from Dayton.
Teddy.
Let him live.
Let's take a vote. You want to take calls?
No.
All right. I don't want to take calls.
All right.
Bone really doesn't want to take calls. I don't know why you brought it up. Just to be that guy.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just trying to cover our bases.
Well, just in fairness.
This is called due diligence.
No, it's not.
Ever
It's
heard
called
of it?
Piss Off Me. Piss Off Mikey.
This is called Mikey No Talkie.
I got a question for you. So, what's his name? Justin Frye. I was going to say
off to a good start.
Greg Frye. That's not right.
Yeah, offensive line coach for Ohio State.
Right.
Justin
He's
Frye.
out. He's been on the job since when? January of 22?
I think you're right. A couple of years.
So he's had multiple recruiting cycles under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
He has worked with Ryan Day at previous stops, Temple and Boston College, and clearly they have some sort of great working relationship together.
Mm-hmm.
We see a guy like Laurinaitis, who's been on the job for 5 minutes. He went out this offseason, got himself a 5-star recruit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, all we can get on the offensive line, I mean, Brian Hartline falls out of bed, and there's a 5-star recruit just waiting for him to catch him, saying, oh, Mr. Hartline, hello, can I come to your school? The best receivers in the world want to come to this school. But we can't get a 5-star guy in 2-3 recruiting cycles on the offensive line at all?
Dude, I'm with you that it doesn't make a lot of sense. I know there are a lot of Buckeye fans who, rightfully so, I guess, or at least there's a reasonable case to be made that after this past offseason said, don't bring him back. You should probably move on from him. That didn't happen. Justin Frye is still here. Last week when this all went down, my thought on it was let's just keep this in mind. That guy is not coming here as of now, but these things are fluid. Nothing is set in stone until signing week. Nothing is set in stone really until that guy gets on the field. Because how many times have we seen it where a guy is committed somewhere, makes that big commitment, but then decides to flip? What if Tennessee goes out this year and they're awful compared to expectations? And what if Ohio State is throttling everybody by 40 points? I'm not saying that is likely. I'm saying what if that all happens? And what if that guy then says, you know what, I have realized the error of my ways. Why would I want to play at Tennessee over Ohio State? They have a lot of NIL for me too. I want to go there.
All right, fine.
I'm saying
in the absence of that.
I'm saying I'm not giving up on that guy being done just yet. That's all.
Right.
But your point is well taken that Justin Frye's got to do better. He has to.
People in the YouTube chat saying the only calls we should allow is if it's from prison. You know what? I'm going to agree to that. If you call us from prison with your hot Buckeye take, we'll put you on.
You know what? I don't mean to keep bringing up the old place I used to work, but that's a funny coincidence. Back when I worked at the Christian radio station, we had like satellite stations around the country, little tiny translator stations that were not very high powered, but one of them was in Lompoc, California, near a corrections facility.
Mm-hmm.
And we would get calls at night from people who said, hi, I am in the facility. We listen to the radio in here. We like your station. Can you play? And it would be like a song we played, and we would play it for them. That's the only time I've ever knowingly taken phone calls, I think ever, from a corrections facility.
I would also like to point out that I'm not taking calls from jail. I want in prison.
Wait, I don't understand.
No, like the county jail? No, I'm talking about like you're in prison. You've been convicted. You've been sent to the max security prison. You're there, presumably because you're a horrible dude or gal.
Jeff Thidoff would get himself locked up for the night just to call into the show. He probably would.
Poor.
Yeah, but you're saying you have to have gone through a trial and be in prison.
Correct.
And we know that it's all done.
Your wife has been murdered by the one-armed man, and you've been wrongfully accused or something.
Oh, is that
Richard Kimball? Fugitive.
Yeah, Fugitive, right.
Awesome movie.
Oh, yeah.
Terrific movie.
Fantastic.
Oh, my God. Tommy Lee Jones? Great. Great.
That's one of the best movies ever.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
All right, we have something fun to talk to you about this week. We have partnered with Levy Restaurants. Maybe you're saying, who the hell is Levy Restaurants? They supply the food inside Ohio Stadium.
Founded by former Buffalo Bills head coach Marv Levy.
That's correct. Everything's kosher, except that's not true.
No.
But they have several food offerings that are new this year, and they called us last week and said, hey, do you mind if every day this week we bring you by some new food that we're going to feature at the stadium? We thought about it for about 2 seconds and then said, yes, please give us free food.
Yeah.
So today, they brought in birria nachos. Like a birria street taco, except it's on nachos.
I think we may be saying it might be birria.
Birria?
I don't. Because when I think birria,
the
I
Browns
think Jimmy
are in
Haslam
birria.
is making tacos. But
Birria?
yes, it's birria. I think it's. I mean, it's probably
B-I-R-R-I-A. Whatever the hell that is.
Birria is probably, but whatever.
Okay.
Yes, the birria tacos that everyone did with the consom and the dip.
Let me tell you what's on it, because they brought a ton of them here, and we just had sex with them. Oh, they were so good.
Delicious.
You could tell they were good because the TV people sort of trickled over. Oh, do you have any extra for us? How you doing? How you doing there, Jonesy? So here's what it is.
They all play hockey.
Yes. You got your tortilla chips, as you do, topped with slow-braised birria or birria shredded beef brisket, Monterey Jack, chipotle crema, pickled jalapenos, red onion, cilantro, and they mash that all together.
Oh.
It is delicious. Now, maybe you're saying, where can I get such a delicacy? Well, good news. These nachos can be found at the overloaded concession stands at sections 9 and 34 on A deck and section 10 on C deck. I highly recommend it. Now, I said, look, you can bring the food here, but if we taste it and we don't like it, we're not going to pimp it out for you. They said, perfectly fine. But I'm telling you, these nachos, fantastic.
Yeah, they knocked this one out of the park. They are excellent. And like you said, they're only in select locations around the shoe. If you've not been through the shoe of late, maybe you didn't go to a game last year. I was just in there for the soccer game that they just had. And you could already see some of the new stuff they've done. It looks great in there. Got a lot of little special sections and areas for different foodstuffs. But yeah, what were the gates for this one again?
They're called overloaded concession stands. You'll see the signage. It'll say overloaded.
That's right.
Sections 9 and 34 on A deck, section 10 on C deck. Now,
go get these things. They're
I've
great.
been told that tomorrow's item is what they are calling a cinnamon roll smash burger.
Oh?
I don't know anything else.
Yes.
Except that it's cinnamon rolls and stuff smashed together with it.
I mean, how could that be bad?
I assume they're not doing it with beef.
No. I think from what I heard in talking to the chefs, it involves fruit. There's cinnamon roll and fruit, and I can't wait. I'm excited to try that. Strawberry, that's right, Teddy. Thank you.
Anyway, looks awesome, sounds awesome. We will have the review for you tomorrow. Bone and I will have gained 20 pounds.
Yes.
By the time the week is up.
By the way, real quick, too, we missed this on Friday. Krispy Kreme has a new collection of donuts for football season. Dr. Pepper is involved, apparently. Right. They have frosting on top of this that tastes like Dr. Pepper, they say. They have it features a burgundy sprinkle blend topped with white chocolate and a Dr. Pepper logo, but it also has like the flavoring of Dr. Pepper. They also have football-shaped cream-filled donuts. Anyway, you can get these at Krispy Kreme. Let me know if you try them, because I haven't tried them yet, but I'm curious.
I will tell you, the pumpkin spice cake donuts are back at Krispy Kreme.
Well, don't tell Jen Winters.
I have had them. Well, she can go to hell.
She hates pumpkin spice latte.
Fine.
She's so mad about the pumpkin spice.
I want pumpkin all the time. The cake donuts that they have at Krispy Kreme, the pumpkin spice ones,
I need to try. I've never had a cake donut from Krispy Kreme.
You like the sour cream donuts.
That's love cake donuts. I'm a huge fan. I just never. You usually get them a dozen.
I know. They always have one cake donut. Usually it's blueberry.
Oh,
if there's nothing else going on.
I need to do that.
And that's a fantastic one. But I'm telling you, pumpkin spice cake donut from Krispy Kreme, chef recommends. Big Ten has set their tiebreaker rules for the title game. Details next. Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
On northbound Hamilton Road, there's an accident with the left lane blocked off over at US 33. Traffic right now is stop and go from Bixby Road, about a 25-minute delay overall. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell is introducing the new Cantina Chicken menu with a new Cantina Chicken burrito, quesadilla, bowl, and tacos, featuring their new slow-roasted chicken. Try the new Cantina Chicken menu today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let's talk about your sleep, specifically if you're not getting enough of it. If you're feeling groggy all day because you didn't sleep well, that is an awful feeling. I've been there. And if you're snoring when you sleep, well, that could be a big reason why you aren't feeling rested. This fact surprised even me the first time I heard it, and that is as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles. That's right. You need to find out if your snoring is related to sleep apnea, because if it is, there's actually help available for you right now. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. I have been telling you about this for years. And maybe you've been snoring for years. Now's the time to get this fixed. Plus, most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs for this treatment. So you need to stop putting it off. Don't ignore your snore. Get your sleep apnea treated by calling Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers, the people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set a second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the Fans Contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
Find savings to celebrate this Labor Day with one stop at Meijer. Pick up fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef family pack for $2.99 per pound, limit 5. And fresh from Meijer family pack boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.49 per pound. Get a large whole seedless watermelon for $3.99. Meijer chips 3 for $5. And buy 5, save $5 on some additional Labor Day must-haves. Get everything you need to celebrate the holiday and save. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Sanctuary cities are releasing dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio streets with Senator Sherrod Brown's support. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement reported 29 criminal aliens released in just a few weeks' time in Franklin County alone, including Edgar Moreno Soto, charged with felony firearms, drugs, released. Ajir Muhammad, failure to register as a sex offender, released. Manuel Vasquez Sanchez, domestic violence, assault, and menacing, released. And the list goes on. But Senator Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals back onto our streets. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S1068, the Stop Dangerous Sanctuary Cities Act, and start protecting Ohio families, not dangerous criminal illegals who shouldn't even be in the country. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hazy, hot, and humid today with temperatures in the low to mid 90s. And for the most part, dry weather. We'll see more heat and humidity in a 10 weather impact day on Tuesday, with temperatures starting off in the 70s, back in the upper 90s by the afternoon. Heat index expected over 100 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus, specifically their 12,000 square foot sportsbook. They have 2 huge walls of televisions. You know, they're going to start playing a game with an oblong pigskin object soon.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten about that game.
Yes. They played it actually in Ireland.
Yeah, I know.
This past weekend.
That's how I remembered it.
The University of Florida States.
States?
And
Plural?
Georgia Technological Institution of Technology, Tech.
What's the abbreviation for Georgia Technical Institute of Technology?
I don't know.
Don't say it out loud.
Get?
No.
Get?
That's not it.
Anyway, if you're a big fan of the pigskin oblong game ball thing.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Go do all this stuff. Man, this sucks.
Rugby is what he's talking about, folks.
No,
Rugby.
let me tell you, it doesn't matter what you're into. The ponies, the foosball, rugby, you can put action on it at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Go there now or later or whenever. And then kick coked out Scotty Vegas out. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the way, the YouTube chat has thoroughly distracted me for the last few minutes because Joey D, who I believe is the guy who
he hides in people's garages.
This is a real thing.
Yeah. He's also trying to pick up Max. He sends Max poems.
He is in the YouTube chat right now. And my guy Joey D, he dropped, I said something about working at that Christian radio station, and he said, no joke, he said play Children 18-3, which is an actual band we used to play. And I said, oh, wow, I can't believe you know that. And then he said, play the party song by Emery. He just started naming songs and bands from that station. Joey, my guy.
Your guy.
Listening to my music.
All right. Big Ten has 18 teams. We've gotten rid of the 2 divisions, and the winner of those divisions goes to play in the championship game. So you have the 2 best teams in the conference will go to Indy, play in the title game. But how do we determine the tiebreakers? Well, the Big Ten has told us now what the tiebreakers will be. Here you go.
All right.
This is in order according to the Big Ten. Number 1 tiebreaker is head-to-head results during the regular season. Seems simple enough.
Good call.
Number 2, record against all common conference opponents.
Okay.
Number 3, record against mutual conference opponents with best record.
Hang on a second.
Don't really understand that one, but it's there.
Wait. What's the difference between common and mutual? You said common opponents. I presume that means like they both played Michigan, Penn State, and Northwestern. And here's their record against those 3 teams. So then what are mutual opponents?
With best record. Maybe they take the best of those teams.
So they're saying the opponent that they have that has the best record would be the next tiebreaker?
The mutual opponents. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, we're not getting to these. Number 4, best Big Ten winning percentage of conference opponents. So strength of schedule. Just say strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Number 5, highest ranking by Sports Source Analytics after the regular season. We're not. And then the last one is random draw of teams. All right. We're not going to get to the random, let's just pick them then.
Dude, could you imagine? I know we will not take calls on this show. We would have to take calls the day after if it was like, well, there's been a random draw and Oregon got in over Ohio State or something for some, what, I don't even know. That wouldn't even happen. Whatever it is. Then
yes, it could happen.
Yeah, you're right. It could because there's no more
division.
There's no East and West.
That's right.
It's just directionless Big Ten now.
We're
just all together. I'm just saying, could you imagine if it was like, yeah, we didn't get in because they did a straw drawing of straws and we got the short straws, so we're out.
Deion Sanders, are you following any of this at Colorado?
Dude, you know, when he first got to Colorado, I was the person saying, let's give Deion a chance to do things. Yes, he's unconventional. He's doing some right. We said, let's let the guy do his thing. It might be a little different than you and I, but this guy is in the Hall of Fame. He knows football. Let's see how he does at Colorado. And then early results last year looked pretty good.
Very early results.
Very early. I mean, I'm talking like first 2 weeks of the season. Yeah.
Poo.
Bad. Very bad. And that now it's gotten toxic.
Well, he's banning reporters and columnists from Denver. Anybody who dares write anything. There was what was it? It was a CBS affiliate. This was a couple weeks back.
Okay.
So a reporter from like CBS Denver, like their version of Adam King.
Yeah.
Goes to the press conference and says, "Hi, Joey Snog, puss man from CBS.
I love watching that guy on TV.
Denver.
My guy."
And Deion says, "I'm not talking to CBS. What you did at CBS, you know what you did." And he's like, "Well, I'm from Denver. I don't know what I did."
Right.
Like national CBS is not us. Like,
yeah,
doesn't
we're
matter.
just a local TV
Apparently,
station.
CBSSports.com wrote some sort of thing that was not flattering on him. And so now he won't take questions from the local CBS affiliate in Denver because of that. Now they're banning a columnist in Denver because he had some not so kind things to say. He's not going to get a credential to cover this team. And every time Deion opens up his mouth, he talks about how he doesn't hate and he's not sensitive.
Yeah, I don't.
He's Kevin Durant 2.0.
No.
Except not good.
Well, and if you go read what the report, I mean, this reporter at least has written things like, I mean, he has called Deion out on some things. He has said that he's, hypocritical. He has made snide, like a columnist would. If you've ever
He's a columnist. He's an opinion guy.
Column guy is not going to sit there and say, head football coach Deion Sanders, he calls him, I forget what some of the names were that he had in there, but they were all just stuff that you could be critical of anyone with this. It is not specific to, I don't like Deion Sanders from when he played, or I never thought as a player, I thought he was overrated, so now I'm going to trash him as a coach. That's not it. He's judging, maybe it is for this guy, but these are all judgments based on his actual coaching and stuff that he's done since he's been at Colorado.
You and I have regularly taken craps on the Columbus Blue Jackets, and we will continue to.
Yeah.
And depending on if the Buckeyes live up to expectations or not, we will take craps and have on them. I'm telling you right now, we would have no problem getting a press credential to either one of those.
Yeah. And it would be from people who are very aware of the things we've said, and they would know that we have said them.
They're not denying us a credential.
They also know that that's just, it's not good for business. It's not good for your coverage. You need to have media outlets, even critical ones, covering your sport, covering your team. Because when you're good and those people then say, hey, they're really good this year, you should pay attention, that's going to carry weight. That's going to mean something. And for Deion Sanders to just say, I blocked all these people, they're done. All right. Good luck with that,
How many times have you on this show, for one thing or the other, said, man, the Haslams are stupid?
Yeah.
They're stupid for this and that, and I hate the uniforms,
a big fan.
And they're own the Browns, and I hate them, blah, blah, blah. You never have any problem down there at the Crew?
No, I'm not. And if I ever needed a credential there or in Cleveland, I'm sure I would get
problem.
One. Yeah, because
it's petty.
They're professional organizations. And I understand where Deion is coming from in the sense of he doesn't like the criticism. That is the job you've signed up for as football coach. That's what's going to happen.
Yikes is next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Northbound 71 at 11th Avenue, it's an accident off on the right shoulder. Seeing about a 20-minute delay right now back from I-70. And on eastbound 70 before US 33, another crash off on the right shoulder. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
0% up to 48 months on 2024 and 25 new Lindsay Hondas.
That's zero, zip, zilch, nada.
This August, Lindsay has unbelievable savings by offering 0% up to 4 years on every Honda on the lot. Lindsay has over 500 vehicles.
If we don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Plus, talk to us about electric options with up to $97.27 in combined savings with dealer and federal tax credits.
LindsayHonda.com or I-70 in Bryce Road.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your local Rite Aid might be closing, but don't worry. It's easy to transfer your prescriptions with GoodRx. First, check prices at GoodRx.com or on our app. Then show your coupon to the pharmacist. It's that simple. GoodRx can save you up to 80% on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, GoodRx is free, and it works whether you have insurance or not. Download the app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
NFL action on Friday? You bet your sweet Pippi. Catch the Packers and Eagles live from Brazil. The fun starts Friday, September 6th on ESPN Columbus. Where's that? The Fans HD2 or 1460 AM.
Sponsored by Roosters.
Your home of the NFL. The Fan.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes for your half-calf heavy cream mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change. Appointments now available at participating locations.
When you ask people here, what's the one thing that makes Diamonds Direct their favorite jeweler? For some, it's the unbeatable pricing we get through our direct importer. No middleman connections. The foundation of our business since day one. For others, it's the uncompromising quality. From hand-selected diamonds to handcrafted designer rings. Only the best of the best. Some people put selection at the top of their list, as Diamonds Direct offers up to 30 times the options you expect from a typical jewelry retailer. For some, it's our luxurious showroom with diamond experts who genuinely care about your experience and happiness and who are empowered to do whatever it takes for you. Others rave about Diamonds Direct's unmatched warranties and guarantees that include free service for life and an extraordinary 110% diamond upgrade promise. But you know the most often answer we get when asking what makes Diamonds Direct stand out? It's not one thing. It's everything. Diamonds Direct. Value, luxury, choices, and confidence. Get directions, hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
We're dealing at Reichert Ford.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com. Riker. We're dealing.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
You know what I just remembered because I'm stupid?
What's that?
We have Buckeye tickets to give away.
Oh.
So in the 5 o'clock hour, be listening. Not today's game, this week's game against Akron. When's Western Michigan? Next week?
Yes. I think it's
whatever it is.
I think that's the alumni band day too.
It's the Western Michigan game. I have tickets to give away plus extras, like food extras. So be listening in the 5 o'clock hour.
Mike, you know what else we have to do?
What?
I've got to tell you about my friends at Able Roof. They'll get the job done in one day. 24-hour turnaround on most jobs, good for a day. Or done in a day, good for a lifetime. But also the #1 roofing company in Columbus for the last 22 years. You already know their number. I'm going to say it, and you're going to go, I've heard that number so much, I know that number, because they're Able Roof. They've been a standard bearer in this city for the last 20-plus years. 614-444-ROOF. You call that number, you can get no interest, no payments till 2026, and up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, and windows. That's 614-444-ROOF for my guys and gals at Able Roof.
What's the promo code?
Roof in one day? I don't know. There's no promo code. It's Able Roof. They just you call them and it works. That's how that works.
So PP worky.
Sure.
Time for Yikes.
Roof no leaky.
Leaky.
No leaky.
The state of Ohio hands out the second most speeding tickets in the nation. Yikes. North Dakota is #1, and actually Ohio is tied for second with Wisconsin. 7.8% of residents have received tickets in the past year. The national average is 4.1%. Yikes. The State Highway Patrol says they take a proactive approach, trying to eliminate crashes before they happen. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the revenue it generates. Speed cameras also play a big role. Here's an example. Peninsula, Ohio. Do you know where Peninsula is?
I feel like I do.
You don't. They had speed cameras installed. Mm-hmm. After just 5 months, they produced 8,900 citations and $560,000 worth of fees and fines.
Look at that.
Now, remember those numbers. And now I will tell you that Peninsula has a population of 536 people.
Oh.
8,900 citations. 536 residents.
That's a lot. That's way too many.
Yikes.
My first yikes goes to a fist fight breaking out between two players during a Rutgers versus UMass women's soccer game. Punches were thrown in this collegiate soccer game as the two players became entangled. Shoving match then happened. Both players tumbled to the ground, and then punches were thrown. Rutgers senior Gia Gurman was called for a foul in the 55th minute as she was getting up from the ground. UMass senior Ashley Lamond appeared to attempt to pick the ball up from near her feet. The players then started shoving each other, eventually throwing punches, pulling hair as they fell to the ground. Teammates stepped in and pulled both the players apart. They were both issued red cards and thrown out of the game. One of the more violent on-field altercations I've seen in soccer in quite some time. Both teams had to also finish with 10 players on the field for the final 35 minutes. That is a big old yikes.
The Clearwater Threshers, it's a minor league baseball team, they anointed a new bat dog by the name of Lily. Now, Lily's job is to run out, grab the bat after the batter hits the ball, and then bring it back.
It's cute. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's
Love
cool.
that.
Yeah. Well, this was Lily's debut, and she went after the bat to begin with, but then, of course, she's a dog, right? She got distracted, started running around the infield. She stopped behind the pitcher's mound and took a big deuce. Yikes. She then happily continued her run around the infield. I like to think that Shotzi was looking down on Lily and smiling. Yikes.
Wait a second. Someone taking a deuce near the pitcher's mound? Don't they know that's the domain of the Chicago White Sox?
Home plate umpire Nick Marley had to be removed from the Yankee-Rockies game yesterday after being struck in the neck by the barrel of a broken bat. Oh. Yikes. Large, hulking Mang, Giancarlo Stanton, was the one whose bat broke. The ump's neck was stabilized. He was carted off the field and sent to the hospital. It actually surprises me that things like this don't happen more often. In case you've forgotten or didn't know, in 1996, umpire John McSherry died behind home plate umping a Reds game. Yikes. He had a massive heart attack. Ray Knight, who was the Reds manager back then, paid tribute to him by screaming in the corpse's face and kicking dirt onto the casket. Yikes.
And then Joe West sang him a country music song.
That's exactly right.
Florida Little League team was playing in the Little League World Series, appropriately enough. They were playing Taipei. Taipei clung to a 1-0 lead in the first inning all the way through to the end of the game. Down to their last at bat, Florida got runners on to first and second base when apparently Chase Anderson was able to sprint home on a hit and tie up the game. So it went to extras. They went to the 8th inning where they now put, just like in Major League Baseball, they put a runner on second to start the inning to speed this along. Lathan Norton was there. He saw a bunt from Hunter Alexander go down the first base line. He kind of crept up the third base line thinking maybe I can score on this. Unfortunately, all the Taipei players gravitated towards the ball. Player picks it up, fires it to first base. There's no one at first. It goes in the outfield. Florida goes on to win after being down the entire game. It's great for them, but a terrible way to lose if you're Taipei. Yikes for those guys and that kid who made that throw. That sucks.
All right, the Marlins and the Cubs, they had one of those things in baseball that you've probably never seen before. The Cubs, they intentionally walked Jesus Sanchez. Now, Sanchez, he got to first base, but he stopped just shy of touching the bag because the dugout said, hey, wait, we're going to pinch run for you. So he never quite made it to first base, and he turned around, he went back, and they replaced him. Now, the Cubs noticed this, and they thought that was something's odd there, so they appealed the play. The umpires got together, and they decided to call out Sanchez because he never reached first base. You must touch first base, so he was out. Now, I feel bad for the official scorer in this situation. He has to try to figure out how to score that, but yikes.
Michael Phillips is a blogger with 2,800 followers on the gram. He takes pictures of his adventures, which a lot of people do. He also claims to have the smallest penis in the world. Yikes. He says his micro penis, which measures less than an inch, has ruined his life. Oh. So naturally, he's telling the world about it. According to LAD Bible, the micro penis is so small that he can't have sex and he can't pee standing up, has to sit down in order to make it into the toilet. He was unaware of his size problem until a girl in high school saw it for the first time and pointed it out and laughed at him. Yikes. In case you're wondering, the average penis size is 3.61 inches flaccid and 5.16 inches when fully aroused. So get your ruler out like I did this morning and yikes.
Preferably, like, don't get the one that's like used if you have, students in the house. Let them leave that one alone. Get your own ruler for this.
Well, you know what? I do a lot of baking, like breads and stuff, and sometimes I have to measure the loaf, so I use the kitchen ruler. And here's the other question.
I hope we got
to go because I have to have a conversation about the different types of flaccid.
Okay.
Because summer flaccid is not the same as winter flaccid.
I've met both of them. They're both extremely nice.
Winter flaccid?
Summer flaccid is my favorite, but winter flaccid is okay.
Every 4 years, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, 2 years if you...
Oh, yeah, that's the Olympics.
Alternate, yeah.
That's right, yeah. Real quick, Holly Cole and... that's not right. These are the people who wrote the story. The people's names I was looking for, Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore, they are 2 stranded astronauts. Maybe you've heard of this. They've been up at the International Space Station, supposed to be on an 8-day mission back on June 5th. Their ship experienced some issues on the flight up, so they said, hang tight there till we figure out what to do. We don't know if the vessel is worthy enough to come back to Earth without you dying in a fireball.
That's a problem.
So the NASA people have worked together and figured out, yep, we're going to have to leave you there for a little bit. February is when they will come back to get these people. So they will be stuck at the International Space Station. What was supposed to be an 8-day trip is now turning into more like an 8-month trip for them. Yikes. Also, would you like to know who made the spacecraft that had the issues? If you said Boeing, you win the prize. Yikes.
Sounds like Gilligan's Island, huh?
It does. A 3-hour tour.
Yeah. All right, here.
All right.
Teddy, I left you hanging. I should have said, Teddy.
All right.
Go ahead, Teddy.
Well, welcome to the Big Ten, UCLA, Washington, USC, and Oregon. I saw this list of teams who must travel the most miles this season. Oregon has the 7th most total miles to travel at 6,277. Yikes. USC, their 5th most at 6,758. Yikes. Washington, they have the 4th most total miles at 8,316. Yikes. And UCLA, they have the most miles to travel at 11,042. Yikes.
Meanwhile, Georgia is going 3 miles. They're riding tandem bikes to the games.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they like to.
And they're still getting Deweys on tandem bikes.
Well, it's because half their players are not allowed to drive cars right now.
Hey, speaking of pieces of crap, Michigan has been given their notice of allegations from the NCAA. We'll chat about it.
Are we not talking about Summer and Winter Flaccid?
Oh, we can.
Lake Flaccid, where they have the
How
Olympics?
about we do that top of the 5 o'clock hour?
I just wanted to clarify because people may be wondering.
All right, top of the 5 o'clock hour, all about the weather and how it changes your genitals. Next, Michigan. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Westbound I-70 at 270, the left lane blocked off due to an accident. Northbound 71 at 11th Avenue, an accident still off on the right shoulder with delays from I-70. This report is sponsored by Put-in Bay Chamber of Commerce. Look out for Put-in Bay, the island getaway you've been waiting for. Be it a day or a weekend, you can enjoy all sorts of shops, dining, and entertainment. Plan your perfect trip today at visitputinbay.com. Have a nice stay at Put-in Bay. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
During Toyota's national sales event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the family-size Highlander. Now through September 3rd, get any new gas-powered 2024 Highlander and get $1,000 APR cash or $500 on Highlander Hybrid when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit The Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who knows know electrical work, too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros, and if you liked us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're gonna love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
Morning Juice.
You call the stuff that you have available to you with the players that are out there. You wouldn't run it as much with Julian as you would with Devin, Lincoln, Air, or Will.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our Fresh Tyson Chicken full line sale, mix and match select varieties and buy one get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let's talk about your sleep, specifically if you're not getting enough of it. If you're feeling groggy all day because you didn't sleep well, that is an awful feeling. I've been there. And if you're snoring when you sleep, well, that could be a big reason why you aren't feeling rested. This fact surprised even me the first time I heard it, and that is, as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles. That's right. You need to find out if your snoring is related to sleep apnea, because if it is, there's actually help available for you right now. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. I have been telling you about this for years. And maybe you've been snoring for years. Now's the time to get this fixed. Plus, most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs for this treatment. So you need to stop putting it off. Don't ignore your snore. Get your sleep apnea treated by calling Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Georgesville and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Yes, we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
Jason's beat at 5:34. Top of the 5 o'clock hour, we will talk about genital size and how it changes during the seasons. I feel like that's ignored. Well, and I have Buckeye tickets to give away.
Yeah. We have people in the chat talking about their genital size now. That's happening. Thanks to our previous conversation about micro penis.
Well, look, man, this guy's very open about it. He uses the hashtag micropenis on Instagram.
When I first heard you say that, I thought was a term about the host of Dirty Jobs,
Right.
Mike Rowe,
That's
talking
right.
about his member. But it's not.
That is a dirty job.
Well, when you said micro penis, I was like, what? Why are we singling him out? Why do we have to talk about his penis? There's no reason for that.
This guy, though, does, what other guys would do. Takes pictures of himself on vacation, getting tattoos.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you wouldn't know that he had a micro penis.
I thought you were going to say, like, he takes pictures of that. I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, I presume on his Instagram, he just takes pictures of himself living his life. I wouldn't think the whole thing is like, hi. Why did this guy even put this out there?
But in his profile, it says, just living the life with a micro penis and hashtag micro penis.
Wow.
So
is this some kind of reverse psychology?
I don't think so.
No. I don't mean like, I'm saying if he puts it out there and then someone's like, you know what? Doesn't matter to me anyway. I think you're great. Let's go hang out. And then it turns out this guy's, built like all of Australia, shall we say. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe that's his way of going, well, because I found true love this way, now, congratulations. There's a surprise waiting for you at the end.
I took a look at Baines in the shower. He looks like all of Australia. He is really put together.
The NCAA has formally issued its notice of allegations to Michigan. Both Michigan and the NCAA confirmed yesterday the Wolverines had received a notice of allegations from the NCAA concerning its sign stealing scandal, giving Michigan 90 days to respond before the case heads to the Committee on Infractions.
Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, I'm sure Michigan man will still say somehow they're being framed. This is all rigged. This is all...
It's all rigged.
All haters who are just trying to tear down Michigan. Or it's what everybody who reported on this thought it looked like at the time. It's what most college football fans around the country thought it looked like at the time, which is you were cheating. Now, you got away with it. You got a national championship for it. Congratulations on all that. But there was definitely, it seems like, everything that we have been hearing about with Connor Stallions, that all seems to have gone on.
Now, they have 90 days to respond. It seems very unlikely any sort of sanctions would come down during this season. So we're into 2025 then at that point. So if something does go down for the program as a whole, or maybe Sharon Moore, who obviously was there and involved and deleted text messages from Connor Stallions that may or may not have said, hey, we're jerky-gurky together. I don't know.
That's not a thing. That was fake.
I know it was.
That was all fake
But
news.
I so want to believe it.
I know.
I so want to. Anyway, it is unlikely anything would go down this season. So we're waiting until next year.
Okay. Well, either way, there's a scenario here where Sharon Moore, let's just say, I don't think this is likely, but let's say Michigan has such an awful year that Michigan starts hearing from the NCAA that they are going to sanction him anyway. And then maybe the season is bad. Maybe they've lost 3 or 4 games. And maybe they say, you know what? Let's just go ahead and fire him. And then the punishment can go somewhere else with him. They will still have to deal with their own ramifications of that. There is a chance that, I don't think it's likely, there's a chance the season goes poorly enough for them that Michigan decides to move on from him if the allegations are coming down and the results are not great.
A couple weeks back, I talked about how the jersey that Babe Ruth was wearing when he called his shot. Now, some people dispute that he actually called the shot, but it doesn't matter. That jersey, that moment, went up for auction, okay?
Yeah.
It was expected to set a record for memorabilia, and guess what? It has. It sold last night after 6 feverish hours of bidding.
Wow.
For $24.12 million. The buyer wishes to remain anonymous.
Can't say I blame that person, but this is the type of thing that used to infuriate me when you would hear about sports card auctions where they would say this is an actual card with the guy's like jersey, a piece of it is in there, and it would go for millions of dollars. And then the actual jersey of a player, they would say, maybe $100,000, $150,000. This is what I would expect something like Babe Ruth's
$24 million.
One of the most famous pieces of clothing in baseball history. One of the most famous pieces of clothing in American sports history. Yeah, I'm not surprised it would go for millions of dollars. $24 million seems like a heck of a lot. But this is where I would think crazy bidding wars would go to for the people who have the money to buy this stuff. You're not talking about people who are like, well, I think maybe if we cash out the 401k, we can swing this. Like this is people who have
Teddy,
hundreds of millions.
You made reference to this earlier. What if Marge Schott's dead dog, Shotzi, came up for auction?
Why?
Taxidermy, stuffed, all that. Cleaned up nicely. I mean, that's a part of history. Shotzi was with the owner all the time. Shotzi was right next to her while she was praising Hitler. Shotzi, him too, was crapping on the AstroTurf right at Barry Larkin's feet. How much money would you pay as the dog lover that you are to have the most famous dog in Reds history in your home?
It's probably like $1,000, I think, right?
And for you, that's big money. That's say big money at Menards.
Yeah.
For Teddy.
Can I is Marge come with that at all?
Marge is also stuffed. How are you, honey? And there's a little voice box that you press. How are you, honey?
I would only want the Shotzi dog if it is posed in the pose where it is pooping on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a brownie dispenser there, not poo. It's just, as it turns out, we actually have cosmic brownies that you can get out of there.
And then you get Rob Dibble to come over, and it poops on Rob Dibble's feet.
Yes, and then Rob, was he the one that you guys talked to on the phone once years ago that just completely ignored you as he was doing laundry?
No.
I'm trying to remember who it was. It was a baseball guest, wasn't it? I thought it was him. I guess I'm wrong.
I don't know. Something will happen tonight that's, I don't want to do that. We're going to talk about pee-pee stuff.
There you go.
This is public health that we're doing here.
Absolutely.
We're doing a service to the community. That's what we're known for.
People need to talk about
Absolutely.
This stuff.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Westbound I-70 over at 270, the left lane blocked off due to an accident right now. Through there, traffic is backed up from Bryce Road. Northbound 71 after 670, a disabled vehicle has the left lane blocked. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce. Look out for Put-in-Bay, the island getaway you've been waiting for. Be it a day or a weekend, you can enjoy all sorts of shops, dining, and entertainment. Plan your perfect trip today at visitputinbay.com. Have a nice stay at Put-in-Bay. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
It's back to school time. That means it's time to start saving with Deals for School Days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Deals for Days means tons of discounts on all your favorite lunch items, snacks, and everyday essentials so your students can be ready to take on the day. Featured items will only be available at these amazing prices for a limited time. So don't miss out on Giant Eagle and Market District's Deals for Days for all the best back to school deals. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians dropped a 4-3 decision to Kansas City today in the first of a day-night doubleheader in Cleveland. The win for the Royals brings them within 2 games of the Guardians' lead in the American League Central. Cincinnati Reds and the Columbus Clippers both with the day off today. Dallas Cowboys and receiver C.D. Lamb came to an agreement today on a 4-year, $136 million contract. Ending his holdout, the deal makes Lamb the second highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Cleveland Browns have left running back Nick Chubb on the physically unable to perform list, meaning he'll miss the first 4 games of the regular season due to last year's knee injuries. Kansas City Chiefs have signed veteran receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, bringing him back to a team that he helped win the Super Bowl in 2022. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Give me a number, Bone.
Let's go with 8.
Caller number 8, 614-821-9710 gets 2 tickets to the Buckeye football game against Western Michigan with $50 of virtual money loaded onto the ticket, $25 each ticket, to try the Western Michigan let me start again. Western Michigan competition burger and other great food at the Shoe.
Yeah,
we ate some delicious nachos today.
They're going to have burgers at the Shoe every game, one of which will have something to do with the competition, the one that your team you're playing that
That's right.
week.
So this will be Western Michigan themed.
Yes, the burger for that week. But you get the tickets and the money for the food. Yeah.
Yes.
It's great.
You get the tickets, you get the money if you're caller number 8, 614-821-9710. White Sox are 31-100 with 1 month to go.
That's staggering, dude. That's beyond staggering.
I'd like to say that I'm surprised by any of it, but I'm not.
It's 100 losses and you haven't hit September.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
Back-to-back seasons with 100 losses for the White Sox, first time in franchise history. They've only been playing baseball for 125 years.
That's also
on the south side of Chicago.
I mean, they have had some bad years.
Yes, they have.
They've had some bleak seasons.
Absolutely.
They've never had 2 seasons this bad back-to-back.
31-100. This is by far the worst team I've ever seen. Just top to bottom, everything about it. And if you look at their farm system, Bone, it's not like, oh, my God, look at this guy. Once this guy hit. Like a lot of people looked at the Astros that way for years.
Yeah.
Where they looked at the Astros, they're losing 100 games now, but look at Jose Altuve and look at all these other big guys they got down here. Carlos Correa, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're going to win the World Series when these guys get up here. There's nobody in this farm system that makes you say, wow, I can't wait. They're bad, and they're going to be bad for a long time.
That's unbelievable, man. That's it's truly, and I don't know what's worse about that. The fact you're having this awful of a season, or the fact that there's no hope in sight. Outside of it, I know this is crazy. The ownership deciding, let's go out and actually try to build this up with some cash and just try to get better players. But then again, they have spent a little bit of money on their roster. They just made poor decisions.
This isn't tanking. I talked about this with Jayson Stark. This is just ineptitude. It's not tanking. Because there's no benefit to this. They can't get the number 1 pick anyway.
Well, quick math tells me they are 33-100.
31.
Right? 31-100.
Don't give them 2 extra victories now.
Okay, 31-100. That means there are 31 games left because you play 162. They have 131 games, 31 left to go. The modern baseball record, right, for losses in a season, is that not the 62 Mets with 120, I want to say?
Yeah, they have to go, 12-19?
Yeah, they have to
avoid that.
Right, they have to win 12 games.
They've won 12 road games all season long.
That is,
just to tell you what 12 games is.
If they go 12-19 this year, it would be by far the best month they've had all season long.
It's impossible.
It'd be one of the best months they've had in 2 years running. Like that's terrible. And I don't think, barring some kind of miraculous turnaround for them in the last month, they're probably not doing that. They're probably going to have the worst record of all time.
I'm looking at the schedule like it matters. It doesn't matter who they're playing, but I'm going to look at it anyway.
Easy games.
I just want to see what it is. So they got one more home against the Tigers tonight. So far, they've lost all 3 games in the series. And they're home against Texas, home against the Mets, at Baltimore, at Boston, home against the Guardians, home against the A's. But they still got to go out west. At L.A., Angels, at San Diego. No, forget about it. There's no way this team's winning 12 games. No way.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about penises.
Well, I thought you were.
There's this guy online says he has the world's smallest penis. He's trying to remedy that by seeing specialists and plump it up or whatever you do. Okay. It measures less than an inch. Says he cannot get intimate with a woman, also cannot sit down to pee. Apparently, it does not have the... What are we looking for there?
I don't even know.
Squirt? That's not right.
That's not the word we're looking for, buddy.
Well, what's the, like when a hose is on full blast? What do we call that?
I really don't know. The stream?
It's so small, stream? I guess the stream is not powerful enough to...
Who knows how the physics of that work?
Anyway,
I guess this guy does.
Says, he says very small. In this article I was reading, the average penis size is 3.61 inches when it's flaccid and 5.16 inches when full go. Now, this is averages, of course. You may be above or below. Like most men, I got out the ruler this morning and checked. But, and I'll tell you this, very, very average.
Okay.
They didn't say anything about girth. I believe I'm above average in that department.
Okay.
Also, sack size, I got to be above average there. I mean, it's like a bath mat at this point.
Can I ask a serious question? I don't know the answer. There probably isn't one. Why don't they talk about, like, the girth? Why is that also not factored in? Wouldn't you think that would be important?
The girth is important
to the entire discussion.
Yeah.
Now, granted, just for that purposes, I'm not someone who would ever need to find that out, right? I'm not on the receiving end of those things, but I would presume if you are, that's probably important.
Should I Google that?
What's that?
Average penis.
Someone's got to have measured
girth.
That, right? We're all focused on length here.
Apparently, it is flaccid. 4 point. No, that's not right.
Wow,
that can't be right. It says flaccid girth 3.66 inches.
Isn't that the same as the length? You were just saying? That sounds very similar.
That does sound similar. It doesn't seem right.
Wow. Okay.
All right, anyway.
I don't know.
Here's what I was going to say to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm reading this thing about flaccid and not flaccid. It depends on the temperature. It depends on, what you're doing. Are you walking around or are you laying on the couch? Because to me, it's not just flaccid and erect. That's too easy. There are different modes of hibernation that one's member goes into during the course of the day or the season. For example, in the wintertime, mine inverts on itself. It finds a little burrow inside me and stays there until I intentionally warm it up or until the weather turns.
Right. Well, I think that's come as a shock to maybe some of you who don't have penises. You may have found that out and said, wait a second. I saw the Seinfeld episode. I thought that was because of water.
No, it can be anything.
It's because of cold.
It's temperature.
Yeah. That didn't happen because he got out of the water. It happened because he got out of the water and then he was cold. And then that was why he said, I'm wet. I just got out of the pool.
I'm going to tell you a little story. I do not take any joy in telling this story. Okay. I'll probably go home. My wife will yell at me for being too open and honest with all of you.
All right.
But I'm going to tell you this story.
Boy, this could go any number of directions.
So
folks.
I got the vasectomy last year. It was wintertime. It was cold. I go in for the vasectomy. The nurse comes in, says, take your pants off and put this gown on, and then the doctor will be in. So I did, but it was very cold in there. I was very nervous. It was in full hibernation mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I mean, this guy's going to come in. He's going to see this. I know he deals with peepees every single day. He's got to be aware of hibernation. But do I really want him to look at me in the smallest state this can possibly be in? I mean, it can't get smaller. It's cold. I'm nervous. Nothing's going on down there.
Rhode Island?
Sure, Ted. Rhode Island, the smallest state. It's Liechtenstein, too, for a country.
Can I just ask? Can I just ask? Why did you care what this?
I don't know why. I don't know, because this guy listens to the show, and I can just picture him going home and saying, "So anyway, I saw Common Man's unit today, and I got to tell you, it's like a child down there."
Oh.
So for 3 minutes before the doctor came in, I'm there flicking it.
What?
I'm trying to get it. It's not that I'm just trying to get it out. I don't want to make it stand at attention, but I'm just trying to get some sort of blood flow.
No, because that would
down to that area.
That would be awkward too, would it not? If he walks in and you're just like, "Good morning," and it's just like, what is happening here?
I didn't want it. I didn't want that. I just wanted it to wake up from its hibernation. So I'm flicking it.
I don't think it's wrong with you.
I swear there was I care.
What do you think? The doctor's like, and now it's time to check the size, and let me get
tell
the
you
pen,
something.
and there we go.
Don't pretend like you and I don't sit around all day, every day, and judge people. We do.
We do.
Right, and you don't think medical doctors do too? Just because they got an MD next to their name doesn't mean they don't go to the cafeteria and say, "Let me tell you something. Common man, extremely common."
Well, number one, I feel like if that is going on, the state medical board should know. I would let them know. I will file a complaint and say, "How dare you, sir, talk about my..."
I'm just saying, we always talk about, HIPAA laws. Doctors got to get together and...
that's the HIPAA law I care about. I don't need doctors discussing people's undercarriages.
Hey, Frank, speaking of cocktail Franks, I got to look at that.
I didn't know where we were going.
Man.
I just... Thank God you said tail Franks.
He looks like all of Rhode Island.
He's not common.
Yeah.
No.
Right. I mean, I had a vasectomy. I did none of this. I just sat there like an idiot and just the guy just worked on my stuff and took care of that.
I'm there flicking it.
I didn't realize when I went for the vasectomy, like the nurse brought me back there and she's like, all right, now I'm going to leave. You can go disrobe, change, all that stuff. And then you hop up on the table. Then the doctor will come in, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, good. And I'm like, well, that'll be good. It's just me and the doctor, the medical professional and me, and that's it. And that's all that needs to happen here. That'll be good. And then turns out, no, there's like 4 other people that came in with the doctor. There's a whole team there to check in.
Well, someone needs to, hand the instruments to the doctor, and
someone's got to take the photos.
Absolutely.
Post them on the gram.
Of the micro penis. Look at Common Man. Look at this. Jim Harbaugh news coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Speaking of micro penis.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Police are responding to an accident on High Street between Patterson Avenue and Hudson Street. Expect some extra delays through that area and use extra caution. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction. And I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or 2 of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
This is Attorney Robert Sherver, and I want you to remember one thing. We're the legal army that goes to war for you. Call us now at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. It's time to know your rights and get the results you deserve. WarForYou.com.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
A system for every home and every budget with Logan Services 55th anniversary sale. Replace your air conditioner and save up to 55% on a qualifying Trane furnace. And take action with financing. 0% APR financing for 72 months. It's hard to stop a Trane. Estimates are free and next day installation is available now. So schedule your appointment online. We're the home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job.
Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hot and humid, just a bit of a breeze out there on this Monday. Temperatures in the low to mid-90s. Overnight down to the low 70s. Mild and muggy, but mainly dry. During the day on Tuesday, more heat and humidity and some sunshine. Just a risk of a late-day shower or storm. And a 10 weather impact day on Tuesday with highs in the upper 90s. Heat index over 100 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing harder than Common Man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
Speaking of hard, I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. If you're dealing with a flaccid noodle, then my friends at Tri-State Men's Health can help. They have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some of the treatments can have you lasting an hour or more. What are you doing? I'm cooking for an hour or more.
Sure.
Get in the kitchen. Just like pickleball. It's hot in the kitchen, right, Bone?
Oh, yeah. In the kitchen's not where you want to be. Don't be there.
Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit's only $99. Includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TNPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
There you go.
Tell them pee-pee no worky. Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is the weirdest guy in the world. I know we talk about this all the time. You can say it's jealousy. I am extremely upset that this guy has a national championship. However, that does not change his weirdness. Les Miles has a national championship. He's still one of the weirdest guys ever. So on Friday night at the team hotel that the Chargers were staying at in Dallas, they were playing the Cowboys. The elevator that Jim Harbaugh's words, 11 or 12 players were on, broke.
Maybe that's why. Maybe don't have 11 or 12 NFL players on one elevator. They have weight limits. If they're all like corners, I guess maybe you're all right. But if there's like 3 or 4 offensive linemen on there too, maybe that's why.
Well, it also apparently included members of the team's traveling party, including Hall of Famer Dan Fouts' wife, Jerry.
Oh, no.
They were on the elevator without air conditioning for 2 hours. Dallas Fire Rescue removed those on the elevator one by one through the ceiling panel to an adjacent elevator.
Oh, this is not one of those where, like, I got stuck on the elevator and you find out you were there for, like, 12 minutes, which sucks.
No. I have a story about that.
Then it moved and you got out of there and you were fine. They had to get you out. They had to get all these people out of the elevator through the roof?
Now, here is what Harbaugh had to say about the situation. We dodged a bullet. I usually think of dodging a bullet, of dodging an injury in football. You've got to get good at that. You've got to get good at making yourself harder to break. That's a shared experience that brought them closer together. I just missed it being on that elevator. It was like, wish I could have been there for those guys, but Justin Herbert was. Justin Herbert, his hair was a little wet, but his shirt was completely dry. That was another thing that blew me away. The guy is just a beast.
What?
So I guess Justin Herbert kept his composure there and like a good leader should do, sort of kept calm,
okay,
kept everybody in line. I'm going to tell you a little story.
Okay.
About getting stuck in an elevator.
Go ahead.
In our old building, when I was working with Torg has a fear of confined spaces.
Sure.
He gets very
Lots
claustrophobic.
of people have that.
I understand. However, so we're up on the 3rd floor. We're taking the elevator down to floor number 1. And we're in the elevator, me and Torg, and some other random woman who we do not know at all. We're going down, elevator stops. Immediately, he starts to panic. Immediately.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, man, it's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. We were in that elevator for 15 minutes. Not 2 hours, 15 minutes. This poor woman is probably still in therapy because of it. No. I thought I was going to have to punch him in the face just to calm him down.
Really? That
he was
bad?
Out of control. I'm telling you, man, he was 2 steps away from eating the two of us. What are we going to do to survive? It's been 15 minutes. We have made contact with the elevator people. They know we're in here, and they're going to get this thing moving. I could not calm him down. I thought I was going to punch him. This poor woman was almost in tears because Torg was freaking out so badly. If only Justin Herbert had been in that elevator.
Right. He would have soothed the situation.
I was the equivalent of Justin Herbert on that day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was the woman there? Was she also calm like you, or was she kind of with Torg?
She was upset because of Torg.
Oh, right. Well, rightfully so.
Torg was ready to do it with her because we have to repopulate the earth and eat her at the same time. I never know when I'm going to get food again, peeps. So he's doing it and eating it.
Yeah.
At the same time.
We may have glossed over a little bit one of the weirder aspects of this story from Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh, and that is that Jim Harbaugh apparently thinks how much you sweat when it is hot out has something to do with your ability to keep your composure.
That's correct.
Like
his shirt was dry, baby.
I understand what you're saying is that sometimes when people panic or are nervous, they sweat more because of that. If the temperature's fairly reasonable, someone still might be sweating because
this was an elevator in Dallas.
Yeah.
It was not
reasonable. Said they were in there for 2 hours.
No air conditioning.
There's no air conditioning.
Nothing.
And he's like, I got to tell you, this guy came out of there dry as a bone. It's like, what does that mean? It means he might have clogged pores, but other than that, I have no idea why that would matter to Jim Harbaugh. You think Justin Herbert not sweating makes him composed? I don't even understand the logic there. And also, Jim Harbaugh saying, I wish I could have been there for my guys. Jim Harbaugh strikes me as the type of dude who, kind of wants to be in a crisis so he can show how much he leads because he's a weirdo. Why would anyone say, damn it, I'm sorry I missed that. You were stuck in an elevator for 2 hours? Wish I could have been there with you. No, other than my own children, I guess I'd want to be there for them in that. These are grown men you're talking about, and apparently the wife of a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Jerry Fouts.
I don't understand Jim Harbaugh.
More about Justin Herbert from Jim Harbaugh. He was a rock, kept everybody calm. Jerry Fouts told me the same thing, pulled me aside after they got out, just how great Justin was, and everybody kept their poise. You get in those situations, and it's a test of wills. I was proud of each of the guys and the 2 women that were on that elevator. That's a win. You feel good about yourself. You were challenged. It was a test of will, and you pull it down or pull it in. It was the camaraderie amongst the group that's even stronger than it was before. So I got to tell you something, man. Look, we got stories about this in sports all the time, whether it's a rally monkey or a towel or a Zuzuvuela, whatever the hell it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Zuzuvuela.
Whatever. Everybody's got their thing that they point to. It's like, yes, this galvanized us, okay? I'm telling you right now, if the Chargers win the Super Bowl, there better be in diamonds an image of a stopped elevator.
Right.
On that ring.
Yeah.
Because according to Jim Harbaugh, this is the event that brought everybody together, the stopped elevator.
Also, I'm 95% convinced Jim Harbaugh is the one who stopped that elevator. Just the way he's like, look at it, it's a test of will. They survived. They learned. They grew. I'm so proud of everyone.
All right, let everybody out.
That's him. He did it. I swear to you, he did it.
What happens if things go badly?
What do you mean?
I'm going to say, what if Justin Herbert's not a rock?
Well, he needs to know
What if he starts banging his head up against the wall?
Well, you don't want You don't want to waste. You want to make sure you know your guy's the guy or not. I mean, he's got to find that out early on. Why watch a football game for that when you can cut the cable to the elevator? Right, Jim Harbaugh?
I kind of wish that had happened when Phillip Rivers played for the Chargers.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Jerry Fouts. I don't care if you've gone through menopause. I'm going to get you pregnant.
I tell you what. I don't know if Phil Rivers works up a sweat or not, but he would be composed under fire. I know that.
I work up a sweat, all right.
That man has a full elevator worth of people living in his house every day. He's got 10 or 11 of them right now just running around. They're all his children.
What is next? Oh, Jason's beef.
Yeah.
With our guy, Jayson Stark, coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Northbound I-71, the left lane blocked off due to a disabled vehicle after 670. Traffic right now stop and go from East Broad Street, about a 5 to 10 minute slowdown through there. This report is sponsored by Lipton Iced Tea. Relaxing by the pool in summertime, could it get any better? A cooler of Lipton Iced Tea, if only you had something to pair it with. Someone order Uber Eats. Do summer the easy way and get $5 off your next Uber Eats order and select the Lipton 12 packs. See pack for details. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is brought to you by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to Oregon, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
0% up to 48 months on 2024 and 25 new Lindsay Hondas.
That's zero, zip, zilch, nada.
This August, Lindsay has unbelievable savings. By offering 0% up to 4 years on every Honda on the lot, Lindsay has over 500 vehicles.
If we don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Plus, talk to us about electric options with up to $97.27 in combined savings with dealer and federal tax credits.
LindsayHonda.com or I-70 in Bryce Road.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Find savings to celebrate this Labor Day with one stop at Meijer. Pick up fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef family pack for $2.99 per pound, limit 5. And fresh from Meijer family pack boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.49 per pound. Get a large whole seedless watermelon for $3.99. Meijer chips 3 for $5. And buy 5, save $5 on some additional Labor Day must-haves. Get everything you need to celebrate the holiday and save. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Steve. Sorry I couldn't get to the phone. Leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's Jason from Chase. Congrats on closing day. Hope your daughter enjoys the new pool.
Start your house buying journey today with the Chase My Home digital dashboard. From applications to managing your mortgage, we're with you all the way home. Chase, make more of what's yours. Visit chase.com/home. Restrictions and limitations apply to the access of Chase My Home. Home lending products subject to credit and property approval. Rates and program terms subject to change. Other restrictions apply. Member FDIC. Equal housing opportunity.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
He likes baseball. He likes solar eclipses. He likes Shohei Ohtani. But he loves roast beef sandwiches. It's time for Jason's Beef with everyone's favorite baseball writer, podcaster, author, and former mustache owner, Jayson Stark.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
The Hall of Famer, Jayson Stark, joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Mike.
The Chicago White Sox are 31-100 with a month left to go. Look, I feel like we're talking about this a lot, but look, we could be seeing something that we've never seen before, at least in the modern era of Major League Baseball. It is not overstating it when we talk about how bad this team is it?
Are you kidding? They're the worst team of modern times. They've won 7 games in the last 2 months. And I'm just confused that they're at 100 losses with like a week to go in August. What are we counting down to? Are we counting down to 40 because the 62 Mets won 40 games, or are we counting down to 120 because the 62 Mets lost 120 games? They only had 160 decisions. What would you advise us on this? Can they set one record but not the other?
No, I'll tell you what. There's no way they can win 12 games to not set the record.
See how.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
I mean baseball's weird. I thought that of that Tigers team in 2003 too, and they won 5 of their last 6. Right? The Twins didn't care about the last weekend of the series, so the Tigers wound up sweeping them. There's always that possibility, isn't there?
They're playing teams that don't care every single night. They still can't win.
Jason, I think
on
your conundrum, I think we make sure they're mathematically eliminated from. They can't get to 40 wins. We get that threshold first, and then we see if they get over 100. You know what I mean? Like under 40, over 120, right? Isn't that kind of the math we need to do there?
All right. Okay. I'm trying to think this
I know.
Through. So they got 31 to go to mathematically not be able to win 40. No, we have to do the losses first. Right?
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah,
it'll take the record number of losses to eliminate them from winning 40 because they go 40 and 122, so they have to get to 123 losses. But is that doable? It's so doable.
Let me ask you this. You know, sometimes at the end of the season, there's like a game that's rained out or something, and unless it's 2 teams going for something. They won't play that game. I mean, if you're going for the all-time loss record, you got to play that game, don't you?
Look, if only you and I were in charge.
I was going to say
they would just keep playing till they lost 150 games.
Does Rob Manfred consider that cruel and unusual punishment, Jason, if he says, here, we're going to actually make you go back and for the fans, we're going to make you watch this game?
No, the fans want to see White Sox fans want to see it. They want to see it. They want to bring sell the team signs to the game and wear their bags. They want to see it.
They totally do. Totally do. And, you know, we've had this discussion about 5 times this year. If you're going to be bad, don't just be a little bad. Don't just be kind of bad. Be historically bad. Be epically bad. Be so bad that people remember it for the rest of their lives. So they're in perfect position to finish this job, aren't they? How can they screw it up now? That would be a travesty.
Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark here on The Fan. The manager of the Chicago White Sox team now, it was Pedro Grifol. He was fired when expectations were not met. All right. When they had lost only, 85 games, whatever it was. But Grady Sizemore, he is your manager of the Chicago White Sox right now. I was texting you earlier, and I said that I had a Grady Sizemore, Bob Feller story to share with you. Are you ready for it?
I cannot wait.
All right, here we go.
For this story.
So this was years ago when the then Cleveland Indians spring training site was down in Winter Haven, Florida. The station sent me down there with Chris Spielman to do a week's worth of shows. And so we're down there doing our shows, and Bob Feller is there with his grandkid. And for the entire time that we're down there, every time he sees me, he gives me a wave. Okay, which is very nice. I wave back. Great. One particular day, I was talking to Jason Beret, who was there as like a roving instructor. We were talking about like 93 White Sox baseball in the little area where they had a water cooler and some snacks, and sometimes the players would go in, but mainly it was for the media that was covering the team. So I'm in there with Jason Beret. I'm talking to him. Bob Feller walks in. And he starts talking to me. He starts saying, how was my off season? How's the family? How's the winter? How's everything go? And I'm in my mind, I can't believe that Bob Feller is talking with me, that he's taking time. He doesn't know me, that he's been waving at me all week, that he's taking time and he's talking to me. And I wrap up this conversation, and I can see Jason Beret and Alex, the PR guy from the Indians, laughing off to the corner. And then Bob Feller leaves the room, and I say to him, I can't believe Bob wanted to talk to me about all that stuff. And they said, yeah, because they told us earlier that he thinks you're Grady Sizemore. Now, I was a much younger, better-looking guy at this point, but no one is confusing me with Grady Sizemore except for Bob Feller.
How do we know you're not managing the White Sox right now?
I could do a better job. I'll tell you that.
Grady Sizemore could be doing this show. I could be talking to Grady Sizemore right now.
He could do a better job hosting the show.
I don't think so. I don't think he would be having quite as much fun with the White Sox as we're having.
I know you have to have a Bob Feller story of your own.
Oh, God. Like, there was nothing better than going to Winter Haven when the Indians were there. Because Bob Feller, every day, was in full uniform. So he could pose some photos and charge $100 for them or whatever he was doing. But my favorite was 1997 World Series. That was the Marlins-Indians World Series, right? 1997?
Yes.
So Rob Nen, it was the closer for the Marlins. He comes in the game. And Rob Nen could really throw hard. And he throws a pitch, and they put up on the radar board 102 miles an hour. Now, this is not the days when there were 40 pitchers in the big leagues who threw 102.
Yeah.
I had never seen a 102 on the board. So the next day, talking on the field with Tom Keegan, great columnist for the New York Post, and we both had man crushes on Bob Feller because he could just fill up your notebook anytime he needed one. So we saw Feller on the field, and we just looked at each other, and we knew what we had to do. So we went marching over there, and we said, "Hey, Bob, Rob Nen came in the game last night and threw a pitch, and they said it was 102 miles an hour. Bob, did you ever throw a pitch 102? And he said, hell, that was my changeup.
Nice. I was going to say, Bob probably said I threw one this morning at 102.
Right. But you think that was the whole answer? Like, it went on for 10 minutes. He told us this story about, I don't know what this thing was, the electric cell device. Was it invented by, like, the Air Force? or was some wild gizmo that he said, I don't think you could go to Target and buy one now. But back in 1940, whatever it was, when there was this national fascination with Bob Feller's fastball velocity and no such thing as StatCast, they invented this electric cell device, or brought it in, to try to determine how fast he threw. So they brought this thing to the park, and Bob Feller wound up, and he threw a pitch that went into or through the electric cell device, and they decided that he had just thrown a pitch at 107.9 miles an hour. And I don't know about you, but I'm a little suspicious of that 0.9.
The 107, you believe?
No, I don't believe any of that. I'm not even sure there was a device called the electric cell device.
I will tell you, Jason, there's a movie, Fastball. If you've not watched it, they do talk about some of these stories and how they used to figure that out. It's great for anyone who likes those, trying to figure out how fast all these guys threw. It is tremendous. I recommend it highly.
Yeah, it is great. I mean, and like, how much of that movie is Feller in? Because
a decent amount.
There are so many different. Yeah, there's so many different stories about how they tried to measure his fastball. He had that race with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right?
Where they threw the ball through the paper and they saw the ball went through before a motorcycle that was going 80 or 90 or whatever it was. It's insane.
That's right. So we knew he threw faster than a speeding motorcycle.
Jason, we appreciate it, my friend.
I never got run over by a motorcycle.
Yeah, no kidding. We wouldn't have these stories. You're right.
We appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk next week.
Always fun. Thanks, guys.
Jason's beef with our guy Jayson Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Back page coming up. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Eastbound I-70 before US 33. It's an accident that's now been moved off onto the right shoulder, and traffic moving slow southbound 315 between King Avenue and West Broad Street. Right now, a 5-minute delay. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesson. Ohio Laborers would like to congratulate Member of the Week Christian Haller, Laborers Local 758 Lorraine. Christian is a 10-year member working with Rudolph Libby. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your climate hero.
Dorn, what's that guy yelling about in my noisemaker?
Dormar, your climate hero.
Your climate hero, you fossil?
What's a climate hero?
That's Dormar, our same-day heating and AC company we've used for 60 years.
Who?
Dormar, your climate hero.
Come on, Dad, you laugh every time you hear their tidy-whitey commercials.
Yep, those are funnier.
Dormar, your climate hero.
With Tire Discounter's new TD Chat BS, we can detect deception over the phone. Let's call a typical tire store.
Yellow, cheapo tire where we bolt them on for less.
Yes, I need tires and lubricant for my vehicle.
Great, come on in, we'll slap on some new tires.
And what about the lubricant exchange?
Oh yeah, we send you over to Ollie's Oil for that. They're right down the road.
Deception. Destination is 5.2 miles away.
Well, I'll be.
Also, 6 out of 10 cars need alignment.
Well, just travel on over to Alignments or Us.
Calculating. Time for 2 additional trips.
You mean you want to do tires, oil change, and alignment all in one fell swoop?
Oh, I observed that Tire Discounters, the home of free alignment, is close by.
Ugh, Tire Discounters.
And they are experts at oil changes, brakes, shocks, and...
I'm losing you.
Hello? I'm sorry. Your system has crashed.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
If Do you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets? We have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let's get to the crisis at the southern border now.
U.S. officials now warning that the situation is nearing a, quote, breaking point.
America's southern border crisis was caused by career politicians like Sherrod Brown. For nearly 50 years while in office, Brown ignored the problem and even called the border wall ludicrous.
Think the border wall is ludicrous?
Now Sherrod Brown wants to make the crisis even worse. Brown voted with fellow radicals like Kamala Harris to give illegals taxpayer-funded stimulus checks, health care benefits, even Social Security checks, encouraging millions more to pour across our border. Career politician Sherrod Brown caused the crisis. But businessman and Trump-endorsed political outsider Bernie Moreno will fix it. In Congress, Moreno will partner with President Trump to deport illegals, build the wall, and solve the crisis at our southern border. Trump-endorsed political outsider Bernie Moreno for U.S. Senate.
I'm Bernie Moreno, and I approve this message.
Paid for by NRSC and authorized by Bernie Moreno for Senate.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, Buckeye Roundtable is back. Skip Mossick, Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, and a cast of thousands. Who else is on the show? Do we know?
Yeah, they're going to have... Good to see you, fellas.
Hi, Timmy.
Hello,
Hi,
Tim. Hi, Mike. Good to have you back. Happy game week. They're going to have Joshua Perry, Adam Rittenberg, and Ryan Day scheduled to appear throughout the 2 hours.
That's a big list of people.
Big show, right? And more.
And more.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. We're here. It's game week.
You excited?
I'm excited. We were talking with Bone all last week, just getting pumped up for it. Just ready for the rhythm of the football season. The rhythm divine.
Do you have people texting you like they texted me this morning that said happy game week?
Couple.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? I welcome it.
I do too.
First of all, it's nice to realize that I have people who actually care that I exist.
Mm-hmm. You mean friends that will actually text you?
Yes.
Something
exactly
as cavalier as that? Like, hey,
happy game week. Hey. They're like, that's right, happy game. Now, maybe I'd enjoy it a little bit more if it wasn't like a big wet fart outside.
Oh, my
We got teased last week with a little bit of football weather. And now as we're into football season, it's, heat index at 190.
You know what? I was wondering about this, and I had thoughts about it because we talked about some of the previous iterations of Week 0 games that were here in the States, like a Pigskin Classic or the old Football Classic. The Bucs had played in both. One used to be in Anaheim. One was in East Rutherford, New Jersey at the old Meadowlands. But you know what that temp was for the Aer Lingus Dublin, Ireland Challenge? You know what the game time temp for that was? 56 and cloudy.
Beautiful.
With a drizzle. Why not? Why not?
That's why Florida State lost.
Oh, they didn't know what to do with themselves.
Not hot and humid enough for them.
We're going to be near 100 every damn day. How'd you like to sit in C deck for that?
Well, I think it's supposed to cool off a little bit on Saturday.
Yeah,
but
high 80s. Yay!
I love how you're so angry about a thing that is not controllable. It's the weather. What are you going to do?
Hey, what do you mean it's not controllable? What about George Bush's weather machine?
Fair enough. I forgot.
All right, Buckeye Roundtable, top of the hour, right here on the Fan. Back page. Oh, crap.
Oh,
man, you know,
you like Bone for a week.
You
like Bone.
Did you do it last week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He did pretty well. Thanks, Timmy.
All right, back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone.
Well, man, last night at the Reading Festival, one Liam Gallagher, during the end of his set at this music festival, suggested some news would be dropping at 8 a.m. on August 27th, 2024. Hey, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. By the way, Noel and the official Oasis account tweeted out the same thing.
Yes. So if you're not following, Oasis long since been broken up. Noel and Liam Gallagher, brothers who hate each other, but apparently willing to bury the hatchet. That is the belief.
I hope so.
That is the belief.
Also amazing in Noel's case, what losing 20 million pounds in a divorce will motivate you to do.
Could be.
Because he just lost a bunch of money and presumably says the window's open to make it back.
Well, the rumor is that they would be playing shows in both Manchester and London, multiple dates next year. None of this is confirmed yet, but the thought is that they would gross easily over $500 million if they play these shows. So
I cannot stress to you how popular they are in the UK. Now here,
popular.
I'm saying here, they're a 90s band. Some people remember them.
Adam Jardine
Most
will
people
go gaga.
don't. But I'm just saying, over there, this is like Christ coming back.
Is that even... That's more than what Taylor Swift was banking. $500 million, you say?
Well, for these shows, but they're going to play them in parks where there's probably going to be 100,000 people. You know, I mean, like it's not going to be even an arena per se.
And if they're playing in March when I'm there,
well, you better go.
Oh, buddy,
you better go.
That would be fun.
One thing I know you love, crowds.
But you know what though? I'd go for that.
Yeah, good for you.
I'd go for that. I'd put my daughter up on my shoulders.
You should.
And we belt out the songs together. Buckeye Roundtable's next. 2 big hours. We're back tomorrow for a Stupid Tuesday show. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
On westbound 161, it's an accident before New Albany Road. That's got traffic stop and go right now from Johnstown Road, about a 20-minute delay. And expect delays on eastbound I-70 between Hamilton Road and 270. That's got a 2-minute delay right now. This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. Plus, get up to a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. I'm Eddie Zellick for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Weekday games this week in college football. Rutgers gets it started on Thursday as a 36.5-point favorite over Howard. We get a little Big Ten ACC challenge as Minnesota's a slight underdog to North Carolina. Colorado's a 9.5-point favorite over North Dakota State. Then on Friday, Michigan State's a 13.5-point favorite over Florida Atlantic. And Wisconsin is giving Western Michigan 24.5. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Ready for a new ride? Swing by Germain Toyota, ask for my friend Marcello, and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit GermainToyota.net and drive away in style today. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our Fresh Tyson Chicken full line sale, mix and match select varieties and buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the fans contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971